mission, I'm trying to get it right. Transition, changing the way that I see life. Transitioning mind. I'm on a mission, trying to get it right. I'm transitioning my life. Making a transition. Ooh, making a transition. Ooh, 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 ooh. Making a transition. Ooh, 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 ooh. Making a transition. I'm on a mission, I'm trying to get it right. Changing the way that I see life. Transition in my life. On a mission, on a mission, on a mission.
Welcome. This is Akamatsu Energy. We are going to go over this interview that I saw, and I thought it was really interesting because, with the current situation, FBA and Donald Trump and all this other stuff, like trying to go into Nigeria, I thought it was really interesting. Godfrey has been talking a lot about FBA Black Americans, and he is on our side. So I think it's interesting. They start their podcast off talking about Nigerians versus American, and I wanted to kind of go over this. And welcome to the panel, Mosi Sefo. Welcome. So we're gonna go into this whole thing, and what you got, some old school music in the background, it sounds like some the whispers or something like that.
What, you can hear all that?
Yeah, it's like
the SOS band.
They hit that damn guitar.
The SOS band.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. From the yeah, and I loved your baby is on whatever.
Wow.
That's how it sounds. And I love your child. And something is in your eye.
I'm listening to Weekend Girl is playing.
Right, and that what I'm saying. That's how they used to write the
Weekend Girl.
Yeah, baby. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
Let me be quiet. All right. Well, listen. So I saw this live, and I was like, man, this is interesting, right? So they're going to go into Nigerian culture, and then they're going to get into Black American culture versus Nigerian culture. And I thought it was really interesting. So let's just check this out. Let's go.
Pops or moms are like, you just, Yoruba is trash, But it's Akbar Oluwakemi Idowu Bajabi Amela. Yeah, so Idowu. Akbar is the Arabic name. So my father Akbar, Muslim,
yes, of course.
My mother Christian.
Yes.
Oluwakemi is like God pampers me. Idowu means born after twins, and then Bajabi Amela, which is big man come save me.
Oh yeah.
And so
you're dun.
Oh, no wonder you're 6'6".
Nigerian Autobots.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it tells a story which I always thought was really cool, but I didn't really know my full name because at home they just called me Kemi. Okay. And it wasn't really until I was 15, 16 years old when I got my first job as a lifeguard. And, when you're filling out your application.
You see, we swim. Huh? We swim, dummies. My father was a swimmer.
See, my dad wanted us to swim.
Yeah.
So they're talking about their names at first, right?
Right, I saw that. I saw it.
Some Nigerian names do sound like Tiki Tiki Timbo. Remember that story about Tiki Tiki Timbo, No Saw Rimbo, Cherry Berry, Rich Big Fairy Pimbo went to the store. Right? You know what I'm saying? they do be having them long behind names like the I do well, I would, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, bro. And I think I can make fun of Nigerian names because I'm 39%. No, I'm 60 something percent Nigerian. So I get to make fun.
My mom was too scared of the water. My mom did not want us. It was at the YWCA where we learned how to swim here in LA.
Okay.
And it was like one of the coolest things. And once we learned, I was like, yeah, I want to be a lifeguard because this is kind of around the time when Baywatch was hot.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Everybody, I was like, I want to be a lifeguard.
Yeah.
And we had to go to the Social Security office. And I'll never forget. I'm like, who the heck is all of this?
Right.
And it had the whole name written out. I was like, and I had to learn. It took me to the second grade. I was a little slow. It took me to the second grade to learn how to spell my last name. And I remember when I first, like, Dad, I got it. I went to the side of I got it. G-B. I mean, it was like, that was the spelling bee right there.
It's a lot. It's not a game.
Yeah, it was.
That your name would actually, those kids would actually misspell that one. No, them Indian kids are dope. Yeah. They can spell anything. You know, all the winners in the spelling bee are all Indian. I just want to let you know.
Because they name be quite as crazy too. The Indian spelling is wild.
They be like, what is their name? I don't know. Can you put it in a sentence? We can't. It's a paragraph.
It's a paragraph.
But yo, that's so cool because you said God pampers you.
Yeah.
And mine is God knows that all. No, God knows all. Danchima is another. It's all about God.
Yes.
God is the greatest. God, know your God. God. Yeah. Danchima. And my last name, Danchima, my father added the Dan to it.
Why?
Because of the war and just being Igbo. You're Yoruba, I'm Igbo, right? And those are the two biggest tribes other than the Hausa and the other ones. Yeah. So they were in danger to be out for war, but we can talk about it later. I'm just they escaped that. I was just told this. You know, Nigerians like to tell you things when you get older.
Yeah.
They say, well, you are too small to understand. So we can tell you, you know? And so they had to change. My father took his dad's name, Daniel, because my brother's name's Daniel, and added it to Chima. We were Chimas at first, but Dan Chima wasn't as Igbo sounding. So that's just to get them out of Nigeria.
Get in and out.
So I wouldn't be talking to you on this show if my parents didn't make that move.
Yeah.
That's real talk. When you look at what immigrants do, you go, you wouldn't be on talk. You wouldn't be doing nothing. If they didn't do what they did, you know what I mean? And I always remembered, I go, if he didn't change his name, they would have been in Nigeria, probably killed, whatever. And
a lot of people lost their lives in the
Biafra. And they said, and your father, and my mother was like, your father was so smart. He just changed the name, Danchima. And we got out of there.
So any Danchimas, is that all from your lineage?
But there's more than I got my cousins. My father had four brothers. Okay. And so there's some Danchimas around, and then
but related or not related?
Related.
Okay,
Yeah, there's not a lot of Danchimas. Yeah. I have some cousins. I have some cousins, you know, that Facebook me.
Yeah.
Godfrey, you're famous now.
Yeah.
Remember me?
No. I'm your uncle.
I know everybody's an uncle.
Your uncle, right.
All you have to do is be old enough.
Yeah. That's it.
Who's that old dude? Your uncle.
Here's your uncle.
I'm your uncle. You know that.
You know what? That actually, the Nigerian culture actually kind of messed me up here in the States because I didn't really know. Don't judge me. I really didn't know what an uncle meant, like who your real uncle was. Like, it's your dad's brother.
Right.
But see, why they pretend like this is not even happening in America? Like, don't we have cousins? Don't we all have, like, that's my cousin? It might not be the uncle, but we'll do the same thing with cousins. Well, that's my ain't related, ain't got no kin, nothing. Be like, well, that's my cousin. Even in the Crips and the Bloods, they say, well, cuz. So they even call each other cousins too. So we do have some similarities in culture when it comes down to certain stuff. So I think that a lot of time people really be thinking that that their culture got something different, but they really be doing the same ish all over the place. You know, what do you think?
I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't trip. If I don't really trip and I don't delineate from like whole groups of people or black people.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is that, you know, I mean, you have the FBA movement that wants to delineate from Nigeria, and if you do the DNA, you're gonna probably find out that you have some Nigerian or some West African within you, and we have some of the same customs. For some reason, people like to think that no, is we're uncles. No, we're cousins over here. So it might not be uncles, but it's cousins. Let's go.
I mean,
And
well,
then
we're
call
different.
older guys unk. Don't they call older guys unk? Uncle?
I mean, we're different. We're different from every other black group on the planet. I mean, uncles, whatever, cousins. I think that's just some.
But we all do the same stuff, uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're an older dude, all right, what's up, unk? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they think it's different. Okay.
Because everybody was an uncle growing up, and it was like uncle. So I just remember one time in school, just like not really getting like, wait, does my dad have that many brothers?
Right.
Does my mom have that many brothers?
Had Uncle Obi's, Uncle this, Enye, or Dr. Uma, here's your uncle. And you say, hi, uncle, or you say, auntie. Yeah. It was just a sign of.
He say Dr. Umar. I'm sorry.
No, he said Uma.
Oh, okay. I'm like Dr. Umar.
Respect. But now, in the black community, everybody's unk.
Yeah,
what's up, unk?
Yeah, they got it from us.
Yeah. They had to have got even the handshake. They don't know is Nigerian. The snap at the end.
Oh yeah,
that's when we go like this. We go boom. That snap is Nigerian because I would see it when I was little. Me and my brother would tell my dad because we, when they talked, they'd be like, "Hey, how are you?" And they'd be talking, bomb. It was snap, and we'd be like, "Do my finger like that." We would tell our uncles, "I want that."
Yeah.
So when I saw people doing it growing up in college, I go, "That's Nigerian. We've been doing that." Right. So they
took the swag.
They took the swag. So that whole snap, my parents used to do. My father used to always do it.
And sometimes you got to get that pause.
Did we take the swag, or was it already a part of our culture?
And then there's that.
And it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't to shake. It wasn't. Some people do that. Yeah. Nah, it's right as you release.
And then.
You got to get it right there. Bomb.
Our pop was a little weak.
Well, we had lotion. It was lotion.
We did have lotion.
It was viscosity, brother. Viscosity. But if we got the little ashy, when your fingers are nice and ashy, bam.
Yeah. Did you use lotion or did you use Vaseline growing up?
What do you mean both? What you talking about?
I didn't use lotion until I got to college.
Wait, what? I just walked around ashy?
No, Vaseline. I used Vaseline for everything.
Even in the summer?
Everything. My dad literally had. This is gonna sound a little weird.
Go ahead.
But
did he?
So, do you think that they're doing this trying to show the similarities between Nigerian and Black American, or what do you think this is about? I mean, it's interesting because people would rub me. I know kids had the Vaseline face, especially in the wintertime. Vaseline on the face. Butter on the face, you know what I'm saying? Just smeared down with cocoa. So they're trying to. I don't know whether they really think that they really got something different than we all got the same ish going on. We think that we got something different. Let's go.
We literally had the yellow bottle of Vaseline all throughout. It was just our
Vaseline intensive care. Oh, wait a minute.
It was
the petroleum jelly.
Petroleum jelly.
Yeah,
it was the little.
That's the weird. Listen, that is pretty much the adamantium African American community.
Yeah,
is because my mother would sometimes mix the intensive care and the.
I don't know about the intensive care.
So hey, Dick, if you're in the background, you gotta connect your mic and your camera before you can come up because it won't let me show you. All right.
My mother would do all kinds of concoctions and make us put in the wintertime. This is Chicago. See, you're Los Angeles.
LA.
I am Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
And if you heard of the winters in Chicago or just the Midwest, off of the Great Lakes, Wisconsin, Cleveland, St. Louis, they're brutal. The winters are brutal. So my mother would put that on us. I'd be
all
shining,
your face,
all like a Hershey bar. But guess what? I was protected.
Yeah.
I could go out there naked with my Vaseline and say, "Come on, let's go, baby. I'm ready."
That happens in Black culture too. So I think that they're trying to just show that there's no divide, right? I think that that's what this is really about. Because I got slathered with Vaseline growing up as a kid too, with petroleum jelly in my hair, in my I mean, petroleum jelly was a mainstay in my house, a big vat of it. Okay, so yeah, same
for the cold. I was like,
you know, it's so crazy because right now you look at us and we all like put together nice and well. But you go back and look at my school pictures, I'm shiny as hell. Them lights, I mean, just but I didn't know any difference.
Your school pictures, like,
I use the Vaseline for my hair. I use it all over.
It was
everything.
the magic
One-stop shop.
And now we're finding out, yo, Vaseline, right? They go, it's such a horrible product.
Man, listen, I don't know if my parents was crazy, but I used to have to drink Vaseline. If I had like some issues, my mom would heat it up and have me drink it to like get a bowel movement. I don't know if anybody else would do that, but that was
okay.
I don't know if that, that's probably really fucked up that she did, or just drink it, or like get a teaspoon and just drink it, or like eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like just scoop it out and be like, oh, okay, and then my bowel. The petroleum jelly.
You can't eat petroleum jelly.
My mom would give it to me to like, and then I would like, if I was like sick or whatever, she'd give it to me, and I would like poo out, like just have a really massive.
They just give you castor oil.
It was something she gave me on a thing
it
that
was
she.
Most likely castor oil. I don't think you can swallow. You can't swallow Vaseline.
Well, it looked like Vaseline to me. I didn't know the difference. I was a kid. I don't know. But it looked
castor oil used to make kids poop if they were constipated.
Maybe that's what it was. I thought it was.
I think that. Yeah.
As a kid, I was like, man, she gave me Vaseline to that's crazy. So the whole time it was castor oil, and I didn't even know it. That's crazy.
Because it's made from like, I don't know, some.
But is it really? But is it really?
Excuse me, I have not stopped buying it. It's part of my culture.
Yeah.
And I always have it in the there's always in any African or African American or Caribbean house, there is or there's the Walgreens brand. They have their version. Have you seen it? It's a square. Oh man,
I'm just all Vaseline.
There's Vaseline, of course. The
Vaseline conversation is getting carried away.
Oh no, it's not. Watch this. Because there's the Vaseline bottle that's shaped like this. Yeah. But the Walgreens version is rectangular, square. Because they can't steal the style. Because there's a copyright.
Yeah, right.
So that one is like Walgreens petroleum jelly. It's kind of generic, but when you can't find the Vaseline because it's sold out, you get the Walgreens version. Yeah. And one thing about Vaseline that I loved is to be the first person to put my fingers through it.
That right
Wasn't
there
that the
is
best?
Satisfying. Right? Because it has that one little little pointy thing like there, like it lets you know it just got out of the assembly line. And then you're that first one that
you're the first one to initiate.
Yeah. And I'm a 2-finger guy.
Are you?
I want to mark the territory. Like I was the first one here.
Yeah, I do. This is right here. I'm like, boom.
You were just like my mom with the middle finger.
Yeah,
my mom would point. Are you the one that? My mom was like, this one, right? Mom, you can't do this. You'd always point with the middle finger like that.
And Nigerians point with our lips.
Yes.
Get this one here. Get that for me.
No, but it is, like this is the especially
Latinos do that too.
No, they don't do it like that.
They do
because I could be talking about you and I could be over here and I'm like, and I'm talking. I'm going like,
yeah.
And if you don't know it. Like I did this at my wedding, and I was talking to one of my boys, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we all point." He goes, "What?" I said, "Watch this, watch." So I did it to my brother at my wedding. I was like, "He's like, where? What's going on?" Like, he was like this, and then I did it to one of my best friends, and I was like, "He's like,
he thought you were throwing. He thought I was throwing because he was like, yo, pause."
No, you.
So wait, we don't do the kissy face point. We will do the head point. Black people in America, we don't do the face point. We do the head, or the look. We look over and then people can see. So that might be we don't do the kissy face point. We do the eye point or the head point, like the or eyebrows, or we'll say a You know what I'm saying? So we had like some. Let's go more similarities.
About to get married. He was so good.
He was like this, yo man, don't you ever do that to me. Don't ever on me, son.
That was my boy JR, man. He was so confused, and I was like, "Hey, how you blow?"
That's why Nigerians could be great hitmen because they'd be like, get him. him. You know what time it is. Because my Nigerians are very about being socially aware.
Yeah.
We're always into like, you don't just, when people are eating, don't talk over them. If somebody comes to a restaurant and they're literally talking over you while you're eating.
Yeah.
My father was like this. You just say hello and go.
There are all these rules.
There's so many. I used to say, is there a Nigerian pamphlet you can give me before I wake up in the morning? Or when I would wake up in the morning and and we go, you wake up and go, and my father said, did you say good morning?
Yeah.
Say good morning first, then go wash your mouth.
Yeah.
It wasn't brush your mouth. Wash your mouth.
Yeah, wash your mouth. Yeah.
So it was always these routines. That's why I'm very socially aware about things. Because my father, he's like, you don't do this. I
didn't realize that. I think that's what.
Don't we do the same thing? You wake up in the morning, you don't say nothing to nobody until you brush your damn teeth. Don't talk to me. Go brush your teeth, and then I tell my kids as soon as they wake up, go brush your teeth. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Did you brush your teeth? That's the first thing I say to my kids. So is that like a Nigerian thing, or is that like just a regular hygiene? Like, I don't know. Are there cultures that don't like be like, oh, don't talk to me, go brush your teeth? Is that like a black or a Nigerian thing? What do you think?
I think that's just all the way around with black people. I think all the way around.
Or is it like, is there cultures that don't be like, don't say nothing to me until you brush your teeth? I mean, I think other cultures, I don't know. Do they like just talk to each other like just steak mouth, like just steak and breath and everything? I don't even want to talk to nobody but like, you know what I'm saying? When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I gotta go brush my teeth first. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel. Interesting.
I usually do mouthwash. I do mouthwash in the morning.
Yeah, well, no, I gotta brush the whole teeth and then mouthwash and then talk. I can't be talking to people duty breath. You know what I'm saying? So no.
Has like created that same type of awareness me, because my mom and dad, like, they had all these different things
sticklers
that you had to, right?
Yeah, and pointing in public, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I did it one time.
Mm-hmm.
I do it. I used to do this joke. I go, because one time I was pointing, I was young, but I said, Dad, you see that man? He goes, it's like, what are you doing? You don't point at people. And he would always say, they will just kill you. I go, he say, if you point at him, he will just kill you. What if you sit and he just shoot you? He would always go extreme.
Yeah.
He could just take a knife, stab you.
Now I was taught, see, listen, same thing. Don't point at somebody. I didn't know that they would kill you, but we were taught the same thing. Don't be pointing at people. I don't know. I didn't know why. Like, I remember, like, even my kid was like talking about something and she was pointing at whoever she was talking about. And I said, don't point at people. I don't even know why the hell I said not to do it, but I just know I was taught not to do it. So I taught my daughter not to do it. So, you know what I'm saying? There was no real context as to why, but I was taught don't point your finger at people. I mean, was you same thing about pointing?
But I think that's global. I think that's global.
I don't think it's global.
Yeah,
there might be cultures that just be pointing. You know what I'm saying? Just pointing at people, like just.
No, Africans generally don't do it. They don't generally point at people. I ain't never seen them do it.
What do you think that is? What do you think that pointing is like?
Because pointing looks like a threatening gesture.
Pointing, threatening. Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, because most people talk. Most like me and you are talking verbally, right? Verbally is considered archaic or whatever, because most people can talk with hands or sounds or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, because we get most, like, being born here in America or whatever the case may be, coming from the plantations and stuff like that. Most of our culture or our, I can't think of what it is, but most of the things we get from slavery. That's where we get it from. Right,
but I'm just saying, I think it's also connected to the roots of Africa, because pointing is like, what is the thing about don't point at somebody? That comes from some ancient shit back in the day. Somebody did that and probably got their finger chopped off or something.
No, I think like most people that I know that usually point are usually law enforcement or military. But
good point, right? You know what? That's a good point, because they do point.
Yeah.
You go over here. You do this. You do that.
So, but that's understood in that context. But like I said, like it's like in somebody's house, you don't point to them, you don't point to people, or whatever, or you just simply look at them and that person over there, and
Right.
you describe
So that pointing might be conduced as a person that's of authority, so you shouldn't point.
Yeah.
Good point. There we go. Good
We don't
point.
point in the hood anyway, because like, okay, who you telling on? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Who you telling on? Who you telling on?
Yeah.
Right. Because you tell you, yep. There you go.
Because you pointed at him, yeah, just did.
Yeah, we're the most. We have to be the most hyperbolic.
We
country
have to
in the world, but I think it's what it's the charm of our greatness, right? Like,
but it's logical. I go, you know what? And then when I see somebody point, I go, yo, why are you pointing at this dude? You know, what are you?
But you know what's so crazy is that I was on a panel with Big Homie CC, and did you know that the highest rate of the IQ per capita are Nigerians? That they have the highest IQ per capita.
I mean, yeah, they a Nigerian invented the internet.
Yeah. So it's interesting to like see that, because I know that like that this is where a lot of the people come from. So I think about the fact that over here it's developed. So do they like send all their like bigger people over here, and then now I don't know. It's interesting. So let's go.
Well,
go ahead.
I mean, because people think, I don't know why people think this, but people think like they took, and he got to explain this to some of these Negroes, but they took Africans from different parts of the continent, mainly West Africa, to do certain jobs. Like white folks didn't know how to handle horses, so there were Africans that were into equestrian type things. There were Africans that knew how to make gardens, grow food, all these things. They took all that talent they got all that talent from the slaves that they had, because they were from different parts. So, and a lot of niggas don't understand that. They be like, no, man, I'm indigenous, Indian, whatever, and all this other stuff. But the indigenous Indian, or whatever you want to call it, they're doing the same thing and wearing the same stuff that they were wearing in Africa. So, yeah, I don't know where they got that damn big ass headdress with all the feathers and shit. So that was goofy, but that's what I paid attention to. So
right.
So I don't like I don't even say anything when somebody says indigenous, because I hate the word. Like, all right, whatever.
Right. So yeah, so the whole thought that Africans were stupid and they were just over there just boonga and with bones in their nose and grunt and moaning.
Yeah,
that's a whole myth. And so it's surprising for people to like to say, okay, these were civilization, very advanced. People had minds. They were thinking of mathematics and science and all these different things. They were not just over there, just I don't even know what they thought we were doing over there. People were doing over there.
Yeah, I mean, because people forget about Timbuktu, Songhai, Salamanca up in Spain. All these were African universities or schools or whatever.
You know what's crazy? Do you know that for the longest time I thought Timbuktu was in Asia?
No, it's not. It's not.
I thought I know this sounds stupid, right? I thought it sounds like an Asian name, right? Timbuktu. I thought it was in Asia. I didn't think it was in Africa.
Yeah, in Africa. Yeah.
Wow.
I paid attention to all that when I was a kid, even though I know my people didn't want me to because they thought that shit was stupid, but I was like, no, I like it. So,
Right. So let's hear some more.
Do this. You do this. Well, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's the lip thing. That's very Nigerian.
That's very, very Nigerian.
Or I know.
And if you hear that, you know they are not satisfied.
Caribbeans do it. Haitian, I know my Haitian friend.
But do you know you know the eyes, right?
Oh yeah. The up.
I said the
How about this? Idiot.
Idiot. My dad always put my mom and dad.
You know what's so crazy is that they're talking about people like sucking their teeth. People in America, Black Americans suck their teeth. We just don't do it long, like we just like go right. Black people be like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? We'll do it real quick, but they do a long, drawn out. You know all that stuff. We just do a the hell you talking about? So we have all these things in common, but for some reason they're talking about it like this is only a Nigerian thing. It's like no, it's all over the world.
Put the J in there, and that means you were just stupid.
Idiots. And there was no profanity with Nigerians. My father, I would have rather my father say, "Can you curse on this?"
Yeah, go.
I'm just leave it to me. I'd rather someone say, "You punk."
Yeah,
but it's worse when they go, "You a fool." Oof. It's harder. Yes. No, it's okay. You're a fool. You're trying to be fool. I'm like, that was worse to me. I said, "Call me a punk." Something. No.
Oh my goodness.
The wording was so strong.
Yeah, because they would find examples to really insult you to the core of your spirit.
Yes.
I'm not a cusser. I don't. I'm big, but this one I can't do it without actually cussing.
Okay, let me know.
Okay, so you might just have to beat this one. No. This is funny because my mom and dad got into one big argument. I'll never forget this. We were upstairs in the hallway and we thought, oh boy, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the big one. It's over. Yeah. Right. And they're going, and my mom just, rest her soul, she was frustrated and didn't know any other way to insult my dad. And she goes, "You preach of the dumb."
Of the damn.
And it was this silent pause, confusion over all of our faces. And we just started laughing. We just fell out. And my mom was like, what?
Yeah.
It was so big. This was like an intense moment.
Oh, she was trying to find the word.
But she didn't know how to cuss.
Because
they're not cussing. Yes, all right. I heard them saying this in the shop. And she said, and it was like, "Mom, you mean damn."
Yeah. Oh. My father was an educator, so he on the west side of Chicago.
Yeah.
So when he would to see Nigerians imitating African Americans, some of the funniest shit. My father would be like, he'd say, "So, this one boy was in my class. He would just say, 'Hey man, don't talk to me like that.' He was just walking like, man, it's in tears."
You want to be Mr. Cool.
Yeah, he has this, the comb, you don't put he put the comb in his hair, he would just stay just like this, saying bad words more than fuck, I fuck this, doing this with this hair. Yo, yeah, it's funny as hell, man. And it's like, and people won't believe what we're saying. We're not exaggerating. Yeah. It's like Jamaicans and how my Jamaican friends were like, "Wait, my boy, you're bomba clad. Me not what you're my youth. You come here, you're not." It's real. It's not. We're not lying. Yeah. We can super exaggerate Nigerians, and you will find one.
Oh, 100%. There is somebody. No matter how big you get, how big you go with
don't matter.
It's in us. It's in us. Yeah.
I don't know how they treated you when you started to come into prominence or whatever, but I remember doing an hour. I had my hour special comedy set. Yeah, right. And they were like, "Yo, you think your parents are gonna be like, damn, man, they were like happy, but they get right back to being Nigerian." My father said, "Yes, we saw you on the TV. It was very good. Take out the garbage. This garbage, take it out for your mother."
Yeah.
Just and that's what I'm going to.
Didn't they do the same thing in Black American households? Here's the thing. Here's the thing that's crazy about it is that they be like, "Man, you being funny, you trying to be a comedian, man. You need to go get a job." That was the difference. They said, "Go get a job." Like, what are you doing? You're a comedian. You're a clown. I mean, that's an American household, a Black American household. No, you need to go get a job. I mean, that's cool what you're doing, but you ain't gonna be able to do nothing with that. Go get a job. That's what they would say.
Or this one right here.
What's up?
Yeah, you feel like you're doing your thing. Like my dad was like, "Okay, you are doing good," and athletics. Athletics. This already tells you, like,
when they do this thing, I'm like, yeah.
But then they hit you with the. When are you going to get your master?
I knew it. Dog, this didn't delay. We can't make these things up. I remember when I started comedy, I was like, I'm not telling anybody.
Right.
I was, pre-med psych major in college, psychiatry. That's what I'm going to do. Medical school. Blah, blah, blah. I was taking these, minority medical, University of Illinois minority medical summer. I was doing all this. I hated this shit. Right. I remember I said, I'm going to start comedy now. Now I'm back in Chicago. I went away. I went to Illinois.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to start doing comedy, And I said, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm doing it on my own. I had a little job too, a little bullshit job. I said, I'm going to do it. And so I was like, I was doing good until one day my sister shows up to an open mic. It was like open mic night at this place called the Funny Firm in Chicago.
Okay.
And I'm waiting in the hallway, to go up. I got my little 5 minutes. My sister's like, what are you doing here? And I was like this. What are you doing here? She's like this. What are you doing here? This is a comedy club. Sisters.
Right.
This is a comedy club. What are you doing here? I can remember her face. You're doing comedy?
I'm going to tell.
I said, you better tell anybody. She's like, you better be funny or I'm going to tell Dad. and I had a good set. And I remember her big mouth friends like, oh, yeah. Yeah, you here? Yeah, you better be funny. I'm like, oh, shut up, Reg. And I did pretty good. My sister ended up blabbing.
Yep.
And then my father, because I remember he comes down, because I was staying in the basement.
Yep. Want to be Mr. Funny Man.
He's like this. He's like, so your sister was telling me that she saw you doing a comedy, program. Can't make this. I'm in the bed like, what? You did a comedy program. So why didn't you tell me you were going to?
It's a setup. It's a
setup. I know. He's like, why didn't you? I said, no, I was going to tell you, but your sister saw you. Why didn't you? That's good. It's okay. You can, do that. But make sure you do your studies first. You're doing, psychiatry. So make sure. So do it after you become a psychiatrist. It's like, don't work like that, right? He's like, and I said, yeah, okay. Yeah. And then eventually, when my father, I remember.
But at what point, though? At what point?
When he saw me, okay, I can tell you. Oh, this is really funny. When he saw me on Comedy Central there's a thing called Premium Blend. When Comedy Central was actually funny. It was Premium Blend where you do 7 minutes. And it's funny because Tommy Davidson was the host of my episodes. And Tommy Davidson had come to my college. Yeah. That's where I really got inspired to do stand-up. And he hung out with me and my friends. We showed him around campus, which is crazy how shit turns around. And I was talking about my dad. It was 7 minutes of my father.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm Nigerian American. And, when people call my parents' house, my father picks up the phone. They think they're talking to the Lion King, right? It always got a big laugh. And they said, can I speak to Godfrey? Godfrey's not here. Mufasa? Who in the hell is Mufasa? And then they can't call him because they don't believe him. Hello, Zimbabwe. Click. Those I killed. That's my Comedy Central first set. And so after that came on, man, they called my dad. It was like, we just was watching on the TV. My father said, I like this comedy thing. Everybody knows me now.
Oh.
But I did it in a dignified way. I never did cheap jokes because my father is my father.
Yeah,
that's my dad. My dad's the bomb. Yeah. And then plus I respected my father.
Yeah.
My father was awesome, so it was very respectful. And that was my first time saying, let me talk about being Nigerian.
Yeah.
I was born in Nebraska. You were born here in Nebraska.
And that wasn't always to me, it's so cool, where we are today, I think in society, because before it wasn't that way. For me growing up here in LA, it was a totally different thing. I mean,
what was that like?
Oh my goodness.
Nigerians in LA. I never really thought about Nigerians being on the West Coast because it was always Midwest. It was always.
What do you think about what they're saying so far? Does it sound like that there's a lot of commonality with African American and Nigerians, or what do you think?
I mean, there are similarities, but like I said, I think we're just a large homogenous group of people. Like I said, I think we have some of the same experiences, but I think with this, you got this FBA, ADOS, and all this other shit, and I'm just like, yeah, this is too much. So I don't get into like, okay, we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, same people, but we're different. But but we're different. That's what I tell people.
Yeah, we have differences, but I say like there's a lot of similarities too as well. And then I think everybody of color, even like when you go into any culture, they got like some of the similar things going on. You know what I'm saying? So across the board. So
right.
Midwest, like Chicago, Milwaukee, all the Wisconsin. That's what I knew. But I never.
There's a prominent group in Southern California. There's a prominent group of Nigerians in Northern California. There's a pretty big presence.
Yeah.
But there were some that weren't as out there with it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't hide because my name.
Hell
and so
no.
it was just like, I'll never forget. I was always after like a Garcia. And I was like,
here comes yours.
Oh boy, here we go. And as soon as it's like
Gabba Dabba Doo.
Akbar.
Akbar Gabba Dabba Doo.
No, it was always It was oh boy. And and I'm just like
Shabalama Ding Dong.
No, right here, just right here.
Yeah, let me do it.
And I'm sitting here like trying to rescue them.
Yeah,
like right here.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm gonna slaughter it. And then gabba, gabba, gibba, jibba, and the whole class would just
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Like the episode from Key
which one?
Key and Peele.
Demetrius Sergivanis. Ohio State.
I tried to stop them and they wouldn't stop, man.
Wow.
And so anyways, but that was crazy. But it was crazy because I just remember it, to me, like the saving grace for me with my name had to have been Eddie Murphy's Coming to America.
Wow.
It was the defining moment for me because I just remember like that one scene where he's on the balcony. Yes. That's you too. Yes. Because he just owned it. Right. Everybody else was like, for me, growing up in a Nigerian household, but growing up in an African-American community.
Yeah, no doubt.
There were two different worlds. It's like two separate different worlds. And at home, I'm very proud of who I am. It wasn't until I got to school
I started feeling weird.
You start feeling weird and everybody making fun of you.
Yeah.
And so I just remember I said, I was right around when the movie came out, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna own it. And I just like, yes, I am African, and I would just go in hard on it.
Fuck you too.
No, I'd make up lies. I'd be like, yes, I'm royalty.
Oh yeah,
and they were just leaning because I used it to deflect from all of the teasing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Black African booty scratchers.
Yeah. Oh man, that was the thing. African booty scratchers.
That was the African American community. Like, you better shut your black African booty. I said, do we scratch our butts? I used to be like thinking, like, I'm picturing like, oh, do we scratch our? I thought it was like, I
don't even know where that came from.
Black African booty scratcher. It was really funny when you look at it. That's a really funny description.
Yeah.
Because first of all, African American community, they know how to talk about your ass.
Oh yeah,
they be like, I know you ain't talking black African booty scratcher.
Right.
Sit up there or chasing lies. But remember in Coming to America when the dude with the Jericho was like this.
Yep.
So what they be doing in Africa, chasing lions and shit. And then watching Tarzan movies and how they would just depict Africa.
It was so bad.
Everybody was starving.
Mm-hmm.
There was flies on everybody's face. And I would be embarrassed. And I remember this in grade. I think it was 3rd or 4th grade. And everybody was like, stand next to your country. It was a map. Stand next to your country. I stood by America. I was like, I ain't going over there because they're gonna make fun of me.
Yep.
I was stood right over, like, I was like, I'm American.
You know what? Because I think
everybody American, not by Africa. I didn't.
Yeah, everybody wants to fit in. I had the same thing. It wasn't until I got older, and then there was the Spike Lee movie that came out where everybody started to wear the medallion.
The African medallion. I was like, the power.
Man, yeah. I was like, man, you guys spent the majority of my childhood making fun of me, and now you're wearing this. But it was this moment where I think everyone started to try to lean towards that way. But there was this, colonization messed everything up. Slavery messed everything up. Because I remember, once I started to own my name and who I was, I would tell the kids, I was like, well, you're black. You African too. No, I ain't black. First off, I got Indian in my blood.
See your baby hairs?
See your baby hairs. Like, it was like
the baby
I got
hairs?
Indian. It was like anything to be further away. I was like,
from black.
but you're black.
Yeah.
How
What do you think about this? What they're saying
What?
about the whole black people? You know, would be like, oh, I got Indian in my hair, and I'm part Indian and whatever. And so, because it seemed like they're like kind of like making like no, you know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
Only reason that they say that, only reason that a nigga would say that, I'm like, I just remind them. I'm like, yeah, because Indians had slaves too. That's what I say. Like, yeah, they had slaves. 5 civilized tribes.
So you don't think that we were here first and we were considered?
Yeah, we were here first. Yeah, we were here first, most definitely.
Indians, okay.
Yeah, most definitely. Because I mean, at one point in time, it was just us and God.
Well, the Indians that had slaves, were they like the African Indians or were they the other Indians, like the?
No, they talk Indians, the Native Americans, or the
Bering Strait Indians, or the Mali Indians that came over with the.
No, Indians, the Red Indians that they call Native Americans or whatever. Those are Mongolians.
So were they the ones that owned slaves, or was it us?
No, it was the 5 civilized tribes: the Cherokees, Seminoles, the Choctaw.
So yeah, were they like considered black people?
No, they were Asians. That's what they look like.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now before, like I said, before white folks showed up, yeah, there was some intermingling and stuff like that. But I'm like, yeah, but like I said, but beyond the shadow of a doubt, black people were here first. Black people came here first
to America.
Yeah, through Nicaragua, because Nicaragua is I forgot what it means. Forgot which language it is. I think it's Spanish, but it means black water.
So we were here first Nicaragua sounds like Nika. Nika means black.
Yeah. So remember, because this is another thing that black folks don't study, but there's a current. They called it the Atlantic River. It goes from I want to say Cameroon or whatever. Anyway, and it goes directly to South America. So, and it takes.
You have to actually select to show your camera or show your mic, because it's not going to connect any other way. You have to hit the button that says share your device.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
No, you're good, Mosi. It's just project management. He's trying to join, but it's device not connected. It's because he hasn't hit the button that says share.
Oh, all right, yeah. No, a lot of, like you said, a lot of people don't like to do research, so they miss out on the fact that and it takes, because everybody was having a problem with the whole slave ship thing. I'm like, man, how you gonna have all them people and it take you so many months? I'm like, yeah, but if you take the Atlantic River, it only takes 2 months to get across.
To get from Africa.
Yeah, to get from Africa to South America, it takes you directly to South America.
Right. Exactly.
So, everybody, like I said, it's the little bitty things that make the most important. That just gives it a little context as far as how that goes, because Mansa Musa became Montezuma when he came over.
Montezuma, okay.
Yeah, Montezuma. Yeah, Mansa Musa is Montezuma.
So that from the halls of Montezuma,
yes,
to the something. Wow.
Yeah. So that's who Montezuma is. So. Because he had all that gold, and that's what the white boys were trying to find when they came over here, was Montezuma's gold, because Mansa Musa was the richest man in the world at one point in time.
Yeah, there was a whole gold rush, right? Wasn't there?
No, they were looking for all that gold, but I'm like, okay, but he didn't. But then again, everybody doesn't read history, so yeah. Yeah, but Nicaragua, there was, like I said, there's a lot of black folks in Nicaragua that they don't talk about. South America at one point in time, all the way down to Argentina, Tierra del Fuego, and all that. There's a lot of black folks that live there.
Hmm.
So yeah, you can, but you, if you try to tell these Native American Negroes that they, oh no, that's no, we was here from like, no, it's not a cradle of civilization over here. It doesn't have everything to be that. So, and they don't listen to that. So they just go with this ethnogenesis type shit because yeah, we created our own thing over here because we had to. So.
What do you think about this whole ethnogenesis thing?
Well, John Henry Clark already resolved that issue. There's no. I mean, slavery changed who we were, right? It changed who we were, and it changed the outcome of what makes us different from every other black person in the diaspora. So, in that sense, yeah, you could say ethnogenesis, but I'm like, at our core, yeah, we're African. So.
Right. So everything they're talking about, like, okay, how they act, whatever, that's why we have so much in common. So let's go.
Can you, like, black people don't come from anywhere else but the continent of Africa, but we were that messed up.
No, yeah.
To where it's like, I have to disassociate. No, my family we're Creole. We come down from Louisiana.
But but the Southern, Joe, I used to get this one. Oh, man. You know, because, you know, when you start liking girls and stuff, you know, and it was, you know, the colorism was big too. This is a Southern thing. And I would be like, they'd be like, you cute to be dark skinned. They would say that. What? Sure. You're handsome to be dark. I don't really usually date dark skinned dudes. I go, and I'd be, because being African, you're like, that's normal to us. Like, I got proud, dope, dark skinned uncles and light skinned uncles. It's like, we're Africans. And, you know, and I was like, what that? What does that mean? Like, but that's just the Southern mentality. Or being around your light-skinned friends. Like, they'd be like, yeah, I want to get as dark as Godfrey and stuff, or dark as another, because I had other African friends. And we just like, what? Like, but there's also colorism in Nigeria. There's lightning creams.
Let's talk. I mean, we can talk about it now.
In Nigeria, they'd like, but Nigerians aren't good at lightening their skin. They look,
because it always looks dark
skin.
Yeah.
You look like you was dark skinned. You don't know how to handle being light skinned. Right. There's a way you got to move when you're light skinned. And these are, you know, when a Nigerian's been bleaching because they're like, hello. Yeah. I'm like, oh, you was dark skinned. Or you don't even know. You're not used to being this light.
Or they don't hit every spot up, right? Because the neck here, and you be like,
knuckles are
like, you know, I know.
You Sammy Sosa this. You see, Sammy Sosa doesn't know what it's like to be light skinned. He's moving light skinned. He's like this. Brown knuckles.
Hold on, but if he was brown, when he was brown, how did he sit?
He sat there like this. Hey, okay, I'm from Dominican Republic. Like, tell me, hit the horon. Now this motherfucker's like this. Buenos dias. I was like, you are not. We know what you look like before that. You should have bleached your skin before you went to the MLB.
Yeah.
Before you went to Major Leagues, you could have been like light skinned. And then, there's Sammy Sosa with the brown knuckles.
He went fast on that one, because usually it's like weird. You've seen the process. I mean, and there's a whole story behind that and how much, but it just kind of speaks to the amount of hate that was put in our culture to hate ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To like the fact that you would actually go through the process of actually bleaching the skin as if the colorism to say I am better, like because my skin.
Well, it's a Eurocentric thing where Europeans, I'm sorry guys, but I have to call you out.
Y'all mess us up.
Okay, here's an experiment they did, which is amazing. They did it with rats. They did these rats, and these rats would come to the edge of this box and they would electroshock the rats. They did it for like months and years. And then when the rats had babies, the babies would get to the edge and stop and come back. Because it was passed down, the fear was passed down. So it almost becomes genetic.
Yeah.
When you tell somebody they ain't shit,
and then
you pass
the
it down.
Stories, the fear,
So
everything,
it happened
the
to
way we move.
Brown folks, they were told, and even Europeans within their community, the poor people were like, you got the Irish were like, the Scottish ain't shit. Or it was like, and you believed it.
Right.
Like we're no good. So it was a psychological thing.
It's crazy that you and I grew up in different parts and have a lot of the same experience. You know, I remember like I still remember like shout out to I don't even know if he remembers me, but I remember him because it was like I remember like I had a crush on this girl Giselle in elementary. But I think she
name.
Yeah, but she I think she liked Robert Smith. And Robert was light skinned. And it wasn't until like 87, 88, 89, Michael Jordan.
Thank you, Mike.
Wesley Snipes.
Snipes.
Like, they changed it because after a while, it was just like, I remember when I first I was probably like middle school, like, oh, he dark in chocolate. But not in a negative way. It was beautiful. It was like, I was like, dang, like I went from that to like, ugh, like you're dark to oh, he dark in chocolate, and it messed me up. I'm like, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But that shift in the way we were portrayed, because you were talking about like, just like the flies and all of the stuff, the imagery that we saw in media that just didn't allow us. And it's the same thing that happened to our women. And I don't think till this day we still haven't had that yet, where we've had that acceptance for dark skinned women. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it has been this constant. You know,
So what about like the whole like attraction to tall, dark, and handsome? Was that only a white thing? Because did we shun the dark skinned dudes? Go ahead.
They used to say that. They used to say Hollywood used to say that a lot. But that's what they were saying. What they wanted. The white women. That's what they wanted, because they used to have those. A lot of white women used to get caught going to black sides of town, because that's what they preferred. Like I think Mae West was like that too. So yeah, that's what they mean. And then I think there's this rumor that Clark Gable was he's one of those dudes he's one of those niggas that could pass.
Really?
Yeah, him and a few others, they could pass. So that's what they did.
Yeah, I found out that J. Edgar Hoover was a black man. That's crazy. I was like, what?
They figured, they found out that he was.
That was crazy. But I'm like, okay, so he's black and he did the most bullshit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He did the most. Trying to prove himself. You know, just on some wild stuff, man, bro.
You know, and it messed me up. I'm honest when I say it. Like, I grew up attracted to light-skinned women because this is what was presented in front of me.
Yep.
On top of that, I saw a lot of people, especially like, you know, in the Nigerian community, like bleaching their skin. So it subliminally told me that lighter was more attractive. And I saw it a lot of times with the women, you know, going and bleaching skin, and then just say, oh, well, I'm supposed to like light. You know what I mean?
And even in posters, even in advertising, you go to any, like when I was in Thailand, everybody in the advertising is light, but Thai people dark as hell, all over the place, dark. You go to India, dark country, everyone's light. You ever see Bollywood? Woo, they light. Hot hair's flowing, light. The dark ones be in the back. I mean, it's like it's sickness. It's a sickness, man. And it's going on for so long that, and it's subliminal. That's why advertising is so brilliant. Because it's all about subliminal messaging,
and you don't even know that,
and you don't even realize you're acting that way. You don't even realize that's why advertising companies study psychology and why people behave a certain way. And man, so all of that. I remember one time when one girl told me, "Yeah, you're cute to be dark skinned," and then I went to this high school, all white high school, right? It was racist as hell, but the girls would say, "Oh man, you're good looking." I mean, it was not a non-black girl. They were like, "Oh, you're really cute," and I was waiting for it to be.
All right.
They would just say, "You're just cute." They didn't say nothing else.
To be a dark skin.
But but the black girl told me I was to be. It was like, so I was confused. I was like, wait, the black girl said that, but the white girl in the Spanish, they just said I was cute.
Right.
So you know what I mean. So there's a lot of a psychological
warfare is what it was.
Yeah.
And then we had to fight amongst ourselves in trying to figure out like where we belong, because it created this massive disconnect. Like, I mean, just to even think, like, to be black and to think I have no association with Africa, you know, and like how much hate you have to have, how much miseducation you have to have. But now it's like it's turning where I'll never forget, you know, running into Wayne Brady, and he came up to me and he goes, "Yo, I just did my 23andMe or whatever." Nigeria, and
everybody comes with their test results.
Man, I'm telling you, it's
I'm
crazy.
47% Nigerian, dog.
Right. I can't tell you how many former teammates would tease me.
I wonder when people tell them that they're like, duh, you know, of course you are. Like, what do you mean, bro? Like, what?
In the locker room, and call me now, like, bro, you never gonna guess. I'm like, whoa, what happened? What happened? Bro, I'm 67% Nigerian. I said, well, I could have told you that.
I could have told you that. You look more Nigerian than me.
You know, it's crazy too, because whenever I see some of the homies, I might look at somebody like, hey, you Nigerian? Nah, man, I ain't Nigerian. What you talking about, man? Nah, man. Oh, my bad, man. You look Nigerian.
I've gone to Nigeria and look at a dude go, he looks like my man from Chicago. I look like James. You know, but I'd be like, how are you doing today? You're like, you look like James. Who is James? Like, you look just like James. And that's so funny because when I went to I went to Nigeria as like 13, went with my parents, like a big old family trip. Stayed with my Uncle Sonny, who was very famous. My Uncle Sonny Okosin.
Sonny Ade?
Sonny Ade played with Sonny Okosin. I had Sonny Okosin and the Ozidi band. That was my uncle. Okay. He was married to my mother's sister. So we had a famous uncle, massive, 70s, 80s, Sonny Okosin. We stayed at his house. When they said, wait, Sonny Okosin is your uncle. You talk to any Nigerians, like, that's your uncle. Yeah, that's my uncle. That's my Uncle Sonny. Yeah. My uncle's very famous. Played, knew Fela. His Fela, Sonny Ade, King of Juju. Yeah, he knew all. My Uncle Sonny is famous. There's a documentary on YouTube, my Uncle Sonny. And it's so funny because I went there and you go, wow. And to be in Nigeria as a Nigerian American, you're like, whoa, this is Nigeria. I say, oh, there are cars and there are no elephants. We're walking around and there's poverty and then there's nice places, just like America. There's the same thing. And then it's funny. And then you go, you're in Africa and you go, oh, there's so many white people here. What are they doing here? They always tell me to go back to Africa, but they here.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm like, what? Oh, they're taking everything. Oh, wait. Africa got everything. Yeah. All these minerals and resources.
Oil and gas.
Oh my, isn't that how Elon got rich too?
Yeah.
Off of stealing from Africa. So I'm like, wow, they're stealing everything. Our cell phones work because of Africa. This worked because of Africa. And they've been shitting on this continent, which is the second largest, which on the map they make look small. The Mercator projection, they make it look real tiny, and it can fit massive. And it can fit almost all of these other continents. Right. And Europe is really not a continent; it's like a peninsula, but it really is. Technically, it really is. So, and Africa, I'm like, wow, all of these resources and the beach. I mean, have you seen the footage of Ghana and all? They've been lying.
Amazing.
But everybody that's not African is over there hanging out, taking shit, and keeping us out of there.
Right.
And then to top it off, they've bordered Africa where you can't even go to a neighboring country. But in Europe, you could take the train to Italy, like I've done.
Right.
But in Africa, they boarded it up. The Europeans came and boarded shit up so Africans can't reach other Africans. This guy named Ajwa Kwesi, I'll never forget him, taught us about and I had Egyptology at the university, and I'm learning real shit from this guy. He was teaching us the real shit.
Yeah.
And so when I went to class, I was a problem for my professor. He was like, so in Egypt, I said, that's not the truth. I said, this is what happened. I said, the actual Nubians are the original Egyptians, except you guys were invaded from there's Saudi Arabia. The Arabs came in, Greeks came in. It was a lot and he was like, oh, well, we can't. I go, you're lying though. Yeah. You're lying about Egypt.
He kicked you out of class.
He hated me. I just had every right to say, but that's not the truth.
Right.
Africa is not the Middle East. It's North Africa.
Right.
There's Middle East is just, there's really no Middle East. Where's the Middle South? Where's the Middle North? Because if you look at Israel and all that, it's still connected to the landmass of Africa. Look at it. Mm-hmm. There's a point you can stand there, and it's still Africa. Of course, you had the continental drift,
right?
But it's still Africa. It's just a way to divide because you don't have anything to do with Africa. But all this accomplishment in Egypt, you want to claim it.
Right.
because black people couldn't have possibly done that. And then my friends that say, oh, we did it. Like I said, but you're not the right complexion to say you did it in that heat. You couldn't have handled that.
Right.
How?
Yeah, you would have had sunburn.
You would have been skin cancer. You couldn't have. And then they say aliens built the pyramids. Now we're aliens now. Now it's aliens, but everything in Ireland, no aliens came over there.
Right.
Stonehenge in England, no aliens. But in Africa, where everything's still standing,
right?
Because you'd be in Greece, it'd be 2 rocks. They'd be like, this is where they studied. That's the school where they studied, and that was the proscenium. It's like that, but that's a brick. Yeah, that's where it was. The university.
Have you been to the pyramids?
Yes, I've been to the pyramids. Giza. I went to all. It's unreal.
It is unreal. I literally had this experience where it was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't. But first off, they were smaller back then for sure because I couldn't fit through the. I was just
they were tiny. I was scary. That was really claustrophobic.
But then once you get inside and you're like, oh my goodness, like this is the stuff that I've been reading about, like how. And I promise, I must have stood outside the Pyramid of Giza, and I'm just looking, and I'm going, how did they do this? How did like the amount of math? I ain't the math dude. Don't come to me for math.
You're like me. I'm not the math.
I'm not the math guy. Like, why don't you get your PhD?
I can count my money. That's all I need.
Oh man,
but yeah, it's. And I knew I had a friend, French chick. Her father was an architect and wrote a book on how they could have possibly done it, and he couldn't figure it out. He was a mathematician in French, and I say these were black people that were just dope. They were just dope. They were black, and I don't want to hear that. But then they discover in England, they said, we are going to go and discover the oldest living person. He's a black dude. Did you know that? Have you heard of the Cheeseborough Man?
I did not know.
The Cheeseborough Man is a black fossil they found, and the British people like, no, bullshit. No, it's a black dude. We were here before you. You don't think we walked around? You don't think we're like, hey, man, let's go over there? I don't think they sounded like that. But
that sounded like more like.
So what do you think about what they're saying so far?
Yeah, I mean, he's just doing a history lesson.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, he's really breaking it down. And I'm like, all right, so listen, Derek, you have to like show, like when there's something that's going to come up and say, okay, there we go. Now I can see.
Oh,
hey,
you can see me?
Yeah, now I can't see you, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's up? So we're listening to this live about this conversation between 2 Nigerian guys, and they're like discussing history. So I'm just let me know if you want to interject. Let's go.
Eddie Murphy.
Everybody sound like Eddie Murphy. First people on the earth. They say, hey man, we humans, man. We the first, man. What you gonna do? I don't know. Oh, we travel over there, man. Stab you something. Cool.
Right.
But it's like they just discovered. This Chinese geneticist just discovered, and you can see the video. He goes, well, in all my studies, I've realized that Asian people come from Africa. We've been telling you that. But it's us saying it. He goes, and Asians come from the Xhosa. You know the Xhosa? That's an X. That's an X when they do. That's an X.
That's down South Africa.
So they look like black Chinese people. Yeah. They discovered. They say we are from the southern. Did you see what Mandela looked like? He looked like a Chinese black man. You see his eyes. Yeah. We have the right to understand. He looked like a Chinese.
How do you have all of these? You literally any name that comes. Will Smith.
My kid, right? I was what's really amazing.
Martin Luther King.
What, Martin Luther King? I have a dream.
Malcolm X.
The black man, if you look at it, they treated us like second president. I don't know. I never heard. Gandhi got assassinated in 48, so I don't know if he was like, I've been shot. I don't know. He got. I would think that's what the accent would be. Yeah. He's like, I didn't work in India.
The fact that but keep going. Yeah, keep going. Your accent, literally, you just go into the person.
But it's like, the Khoisan people. If you look up the San people, they're the oldest people. There's a documentary called The Journey of Man. It's fantastic. You can see it on YouTube now, and it's this white geneticist, so you'll believe it. it's not like a black dude name. My name is Kareem, and I'm going to tell you the origins of the black man. Right. And so this white geneticist is like, from Stanford, he goes, I want.
That's just funny though, because if it was a black dude saying it like that, we probably wouldn't believe it. But like, right, I would tell you the origins of the black man. So what do you think about that whole thing about the Khoisan? Derek, you're back off again. So reattach your. He must have got a phone call, but yeah, go ahead. So what do you think about that? Derek, you're probably like if you got a call, you probably gotta like come down and come back up and then reattach your mic because it's no longer attached to the live stream. But what do you think about the Khoisan? What he's saying about Chinese people? Do you think that's what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the Khoisan people, when you look at them, you'll be like, okay, that's where Asian people come from. So, like he said, when you look at Mandela looks like an Asian.
Yeah, he does.
He does. He actually does.
Yep. And
is
like
he still living?
Is he still alive? No, he died, I think. Yeah, Mandela died.
Yeah, he's dead. Mandela's dead.
He didn't. Yeah, but you know what? That Mandela effect makes you think, like, did he die? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for real.
So yeah, but he looked like. But then you see a lot of people. But then again, like I said, phenotypes. You'll see it in Africa, and you'll see how most, like I said, most Asian, because Thailand has.
He do like an Asian dude with nappy hair. He do.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's where the Asian people came from, in South Africa.
Yeah.
So are they older? So they're like an older civilization.
Yeah. Yep.
But I heard that you can't be a samurai unless you're black. That you cannot be a samurai.
You gotta have like black blood in you.
Yeah, you have to like have black blood, right? Interesting, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Go ahead.
But yeah, but like I said, it goes when you go through all of it was I think because only reason I think that South Africa's like that because it's so close to the the South Pole. Because it gets cold in South Africa at certain parts, particularly in the mountains. So a lot of people don't know that about the continent. So because they just think it's all hot everywhere, but it's like you're pretty close to Antarctica when you're at the tip of what is that?
And you're getting like that wind direct from Antarctica, so it's probably
because what Cape Town Cape Town reminded me of like Miami and like LA, kind of like.
Oh yeah, when I went there, it was beautiful. I mean, Cape Town I think Cape Town is actually better than Miami, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I mean it is. Like I said, it's real beautiful. So, but like I said, but it's like, man, until you go there, a lot of black folks don't have passports, so they don't never see anything. So.
Yeah, y'all need to like go ahead and go on over to Africa and see what's going on. All this delineation and I ain't trying to go over to Africa and this, that, the other, da 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 da.
Yeah, everybody, like I said, everybody. It's almost like I'm saying, kind of like how like with these white folks and shit. They never leave their little town or whatever the case may be, and they don't never see nothing or whatever. And niggas is doing the same thing. So it's like an intellectual laziness and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't be wanting to know nothing. So
right. I listen. I don't need to I ain't need to go to Africa. I can stay right here, and I know everything. I can meditate and be in Africa. I've heard all kinds of. I listen. It's about what you feel inside. Man, honey, they was coming up with all type of bullshit.
I've always been
another qualifier,
right? Yeah, Stanford University's experts say. He said, I want to know where the origin of everybody comes from. He goes, I want to know. And the best way to know is through the blood, through the DNA, because DNA doesn't lie. And you got to see it. It's called Journey of Man. And he goes all around to the different continents to find the person that is connected to this whole race of people, the one person. You got to see it. And he has this machine where he like India. He went to India, went to this one tribe, very dark-skinned tribe, and he got their blood samples, and he had this machine that would give them the marker of that person being connected to all the Aborigines in Australia. And so when he would pick the marker, he would go to the picture of the person with that blood, and the dude looked just like an Aborigine. Wait till you see this. It's going to freak you. So that dude is the connection to all of the, the original Australians.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the original ones. So he would be like, boom. And the guy, and he didn't know. The guy's like, what is he? He's like, no, you are. And they would interpret, you're the connector to the Aborigines. And then they had the Asian dude way up in like Siberia. The guy, like, Russia and Asia, they're parallel. So you have Eurasians, because I did comedy in Russia in 2018, and you'll see the Uzbekistani people, right? Tajikistan, they look Asian.
Yeah.
But because they're bordering. And they connected the dude that was connected to all Asian people. And then they connected the Africans that were the Asians connected to, it's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. And it was so funny when the guy in Australia, when he says, oh, the Australians, he's talking to some Australian dude, his white Australians, like, no, Australians come from here. We're from right here. He goes, no, you've come from this, you come from these people, as African. He goes, no, we're right from the ground. He goes, okay, that's what you want to think, you got to see it. Yeah. He's pissed. I go, you guys are British guys. You were British prisoners. They dumped you off, and that's why they have the little Union Jack on the Australian flag. Yeah. Because you were dumped off. And he was just mad. Like, no. He goes, the boomerang, the didgeridoo, that's the Aborigine shit. You took it. Okay.
And theft it.
There's a museum called the Museum of Instrumental Music.
Okay.
It's in Arizona, of all places, red state. It's one of the most amazing museums you will go to. Museum of Instrumental Music. I went there when I was performing. This kid said, "Hey man, you like about origins? You like to talk about origins? I'll take you to this place." It's a white kid, drummer. He said, "I want to take you to this place. It's amazing, and it's all about the history of all instruments from around the world." Like the history. Ooh. And I go, oh, yeah, let's go. As soon as I walk in there, I said, I love this place already, because they show the African version of the banjo, where the banjo comes from. And I said, oh, you shouldn't have told me that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have told me that. Oh, you know what the show was like the night of.
You went off.
And I said, all you hillbillies.
Yeah.
Enough with the enough. You're using our shit.
Yeah.
It's African. I'm telling you. And the banjo, the name is almost African. I read this thing. I was like, oh, you should not have told me.
Any other instruments?
What?
Any other instruments?
There was the origin of a lot of like guitars and just.
You know what, the actual name banjo sounds African, doesn't it? Banjo.
Yeah.
Interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a very informative live. What do you think about this so far, Derek?
Yeah, hey, this is very enlightening. Like, this is information I've never heard before.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah, the banjo. It sounds like an African name. Banjo.
It is. No, think about it.
Bongo. I'm sure bongos come from Africa too. Let's go.
Asia, it went Asia. Just a lot of them were like a lot of African origins. You got to see it.
Oh yeah,
you got to see it. It's like and then there was the Australia. It's all continents divided. It's like they go America, Canada. They go countries. Australia, Africa is the biggest one, of course. It's the biggest one. You got to come there and stay there for hours for Africa.
Yeah, you got to take me. We got to go.
Yeah, Asia. Yeah, Asia is pretty dope too. So Australia is small, and so I remember this like it was yesterday. There's a man. He's like a brown-haired man. He's with his daughter, and they're looking at Australia, and they're watching these Aborigines with the markings. Mm-hmm. They're playing the instrument, and the little white girl. She goes, "Who are they?" I'm right there. He goes, oh, those are the original Australians. She goes, why don't they tell us? I'm right there. They don't tell us. I was like, and I went like that. Don't have me in the music. I said, Yeah. I mean,
the guy in the
old white
back of the
man,
church.
They lied to your ass.
Well,
You know, I'm afraid they might do that with Michael Jackson. They're gonna show him when he was light skinned. And I'm gonna be that old man that said, no, Michael Jackson had an afro with a big nose. And I'm like, hey, that's Harold, he's crazy. And Michael always looked like Bjork. He always was very yellow, kind of eggnoggy looking.
You're gonna just erase his whole Gary,
his nose
Indiana.
was that. He was from a very prominent European. I was like, I'm telling you, boy.
Man, you know what's so crazy? I heard Michael Jackson beat up Tupac. Did you hear that story that Michael Jackson beat up Tupac?
That wasn't true.
It's not true?
No, that wasn't true. That wasn't true.
How you know it's not true?
That wasn't true.
No, he beat up Tupac, bro.
That's not true. That is not
How
true.
you know it's not true? I'm gonna look it up, bro. Michael Jackson did. He was.
They had. I think if the story goes, they just had
Michael
words.
Jackson was in the Crip game, like he was in the Crip.
No. They respected him like he was an OG because he put his money where his mouth is. So, and they respected that because they were in most of his videos where you seen gang members and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he never had to check in because you know what I'm saying he was it was enlightening for those particular gang members.
So that part that he beat up Tupac was a lie.
That's not true.
Tupac was yelling at Key Dada, and he beat him up because he was yelling at Key Dada.
No, that's not true. That is not true. That's not true.
I'm sorry. I don't want to put out no misinformation, guys. I guess.
Yeah, that's not true.
Didn't beat up because I was like, man, that's the shit right there. Go ahead, Michael Jackson beating up.
That's not true. No, that's not.
How you know it's not true though?
That ain't true. What would they have to fight about?
Because Tupac was doing something to Kidada, and so Quincy Jones kind of was really close to Michael Jackson, and so Michael cut into Tupac and whooped his ass.
That's.
You hear that story? You didn't hear that story where Michael Jackson beat up Tupac?
That's not true. That ain't true.
You just say it's not true, or do you have evidence that it's not true? Like, did it come out like that was a hoax?
No, that's just all that is just that's just a funny story that somebody told. It's not true.
All right. Well, I thought it was true.
You gonna say Michael Jackson was white?
Man, if they hid so much shit like before, but now I don't think it's gonna happen. But they'd be like, nah, he was pretty white, moonwalking and the rhythm, but no, there was a group called the Jackson 5. That was fictitious group.
That was not real.
It was never happened.
AI generated.
Sammy Sosa was lit lights.
You know, colonization really screwed a lot of things up. It screwed things up like in Nigeria. It screwed things up in India, all around the world.
Yes,
it really screwed. I mean, it really screwed our connection to our people, to our culture, to our religion, to everything. It just kind of destroyed it. I even think back, even here, I'd love to hear your experience, but how you felt like you were accepted in in your community, how was that?
Nigerian community?
In the Nigerian community, yeah, because for me it was two. It was there was the Nigerian community. I lived this
it's
double
a
life kind of thing.
Yeah, we did double life.
It's a double life, right? You at home, I'm eating dodo,
fufu, egusi, okra soup,
goat's meat,
suya, stockfish,
all of it.
Stale, puff, chin, my, come on now.
And I would go to school and I wouldn't let anybody know about that because I already knew it wasn't, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And so you part of that is contributing to the miseducation, that the fact that there's this whole different life. What was that like for you?
You know what?
Did you hide your food, for example? Did you hide what you ate at home?
No, I never brought it out. You can't put no egusi in a lunchbox. motherfucker be dripping. You got your little Starsky and Hutch, your little Spider-Man. He said, what is that shit dripping? Oh, that's my egusi soup in my Spider-Man lunchbox. Let me open it for you.
Oh, man.
Plantains. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You gotta have Lunchables.
Yeah.
You gotta have. My mother makes sandwiches. He goes like, put the fufu in the box now. You're not gonna do that,
man.
But I didn't hide it because my friends would come over and my parents, Nigerians are proud. My parents were like, you want to eat, and my friend.
I do not like fufu. Does anybody else, that shit is slimy. I don't like slimy food. That shit's slimy as fuck. Like, ugh. Like you dip it in slime. I'm like, ugh. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe they made it with something else, but that shit is slimy as hell. I'm like, I don't like slimy,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what. No, I don't like egusi.
And all my friends were immigrants, though. I didn't tell you I grew up. Oh, my fault. I grew up in Uptown. Uptown is an area in Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago being the most segregated city, it's the most integrated area in Chicago, almost like Guinness Book kind of world record type of thing, along with Queens, New York, which Queens has 167 languages spoken in Queens, New York only.
Dang.
That's where Donald is from. Donald Trump, that's where he's from. Many languages spoken in my Queens, New York. But a lot of people speak a lot of strange languages. I go, English, come on, for Christ's sake. Donald says, he goes, I'm telling you, listen, a lot of people, I love Queens.
Take the breath.
So many people. So many different brown people, brown ladies. I love the ladies.
You love the blacks?
I love the blacks. There's different kinds of blacks now. There's just regular blacks. And then there's the Spanish blacks. I swear they trick me every time. I go, is your name Jackson? It's Torres. Jesus Christ, you tricked me. You're very good. They're very good people. They're very good people.
Stop it.
They're very good people. There's so many different types of smells. Not too good. Some of them not too good. But there's a lot of smells, but the food is brilliant. It's so good. Every time someone's a little smelly, I go, I bet your food is so good.
Have you ever had Nigerian food, Mr. Trump?
Oh, I've had it. So good. A lot of slimy stuff, though, but it's so good. But that's why you guys are muscular. I got to get on that. You're so great. What's your last name? It sounds like a disease. You guys, I swear, did you catch something? I swear you get a lot of, I know you get a lot of
How the
cookies.
hell did you get by just saying this stuff, man?
Who, me?
No, Donald.
It's just, he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous.
Oh, my gosh.
But what is it? So I grew up in Uptown.
Uptown?
My life was pretty cool because my friends were immigrants.
Immigrants from where? From all over?
India.
Okay.
Here it is. And this is real. My next door neighbors were from Cambodia, right off the boat. We used to give them clothing. The 8 kids, we gave them clothing right off the boat. In the 80s, there was a big fluctuation from the Vietnam War, Laos, Philippine. This is my floor. This is on my floor in the building. The Filipino family. Yep, the Cruz family. We had the Castillo family. We had the Cambodians, we had African Americans, we had Africans, Nigerians, we had Haitians. My babysitter was Haitian and Russian. I had Russian Jewish babysitters also from Russia. We had Russians, Yugoslavia when it was Yugoslavia. We had Polish because Chicago has the most Polish people outside of Warsaw. We celebrate Pulaski Day on March 1st, Kazimierz Pulaski.
Okay.
And so we had Polish, we had Ethiopian, Mexican, Korean, Chinese.
All on the same floor? How big was the?
Oh, no, but all on different floors.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying on my floor.
Gotcha.
But that's how I was around immigrants.
So you grew up in the UN?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then African Americans, that was one of my main crew, was African Americans, American kids. And it was okay because everybody ate each other's food. It was rice and weird stews, Southeast. I was eating Vietnamese food before restaurants, bro. I was eating that. I was eating all that pho, all that stuff in my friend's crib. Scraping it off the pot. I want that pho, son.
I love the fact that you grew up because for me, it was different. It was growing up. Like I predominantly grew up around African Americans and Mexicans. Those were like the predominant group. And I think Mexican food was always kind of celebrated. It was never one that was like, I'm not
No, you always ate.
You always had like, it was kind of fun, but like with African food, like, because I carry this guilt with me that like I was ashamed. Like, you know what I mean? I was ashamed. I didn't want anybody like, or like my friends, like, yo, we should come. Nah, you won't come through. You won't come through for no birthdays, no celebrations.
Oh, your birthday. So birthdays,
No, a birthday.
What was your birthdays like? Because
my parents didn't really do the birthday things. It was
really
we're going to wake up early.
Because of Muslim? Because of Muslim?
No, I don't know why they. I think it was because it cost too much money. Because there was 7 of us. Because it was just like happy birthday to you, happy birthday,
shake my hand, happy birthday. I remember my father. I knew we weren't getting gifts. He just say, "Shake my hand." Good. Like you need to be doing this. What's that? Oh yeah. My father, he just shake my happy.
For me, the biggest thing is like everybody coming together. Shh, wake up. They wait, and so you still be asleep, and then it's happy birthday. Oh, and so to me, that's what I look forward to. You look forward to the surprise.
That's right.
Are they going to remember?
Yeah,
are they gonna, but it was never like, But if we had like my mom had some guest over or whatever, and they just look like y'all don't come through because I know I'm gonna hear it. Like, man, we went over to his house. They had goat meat. Like
my mother was a big birthday party person.
Oh yeah,
my mother had a birthday party for my brother, for me, and my sister. And my brother's July 2nd. I'm July 21st. So my mother had a party for my brother, and what they would do, my mother would decorate, move the couch, and all the kids from all different countries would come, and there would be jollof rice, but they would smash that. They would eat the shit because you got a lot of foreign kids, and even the black kids be like, "Yo, this shit, this is hot as hell. Let's do this shit." Yeah, they would eat it. They would like, "You want some? This is," because my mother knew all the kids, and they would eat it. We got used to it, and then after like about 3-4 hours, the Nigerians come in and take over because they would play like African music first, and then old school, African music.
Oh yeah,
while you're celebrating,
so you hear the instruments going.
And then Michael Jackson comes on. Then there was like the second half African American time, and then all the older Nigerians, uncles would come and take over the whole party. You got to go away.
Go.
That's how we did it. So I was
my mom
fortunate.
and dad, like they would have parties, but it was like always adult parties. It was never for. It was never for us.
No. It's like, go to your room.
Yeah, right. Go.
Or they say, come and say hi to your uncle. You're like, another one?
Now,
what's up, man?
Now go read your book. Go read your book.
Did you do your homework? Okay, yeah.
I got to go back to that because, I was just thinking, like, there was something I really wanted from my dad that I give out to my kids a lot.
Okay.
Which is good job. I remember when I graduated from elementary, my dad would go, well, you still have to go to junior high school. All right, okay. You go through, you work hard. Dad, are you proud of me? Well, you still have to go to high school. 3 more years. All right. I'm going to work hard. Yes, I graduated. And I'm going to college.
Yeah.
You still have to graduate from college.
God dang.
And I'm going to do it in 4 years. Went to San Diego State, graduated in 4 years.
Bang.
You're a student athlete.
Bang.
Boom.
Bang.
Well, you still have to get ready for the real world. I'm like, the real world. So I go out, do the thing in the NFL, play ball. What are you going to get you? Dad, I'm playing football, man.
Come on.
Okay, well, this athletics thing, it seems like it's working out for you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I retired from the NFL when my dad, and bro, let me tell you something. It was a long time coming. I was like,
right. Yep.
Oh, I was crying. He was like, Kemi, I am proud of you.
Oof. That means so much.
I waited 20-something years to hear that.
Nigerian fathers aren't huggy.
Yeah, and
they just shake my hand.
It's not like, hey, you did a good job at the game. There's I saw you shoot the ball in the hoop. You had a touchdown. No, Dad, that was a sack. Oh, okay. Like, I am not interested.
You touched something.
Yeah, you did, right?
But yeah, that's when that meant a lot, man. Yeah. When you got it. And my father would. What I liked about my dad, I mean, he wasn't a huggy. No. But, they don't say I love you. My mother always said it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. My mother was emotional. My father said, so, we do this for you. This is trying him saying to you, he loves you. So I do this for you. So because, you have to. I'm your father. I would never lie. I was like, okay, you love me right there. Yeah. I said, I do this for you. What do you want me to say? I said I do this for you. That's what you do. What do you think? I think that's love. But that, but they try. When you look back, you go, they really tried.
Yeah.
man, I'm telling you.
But you know what? It gave us a different type of energy. Like I always say, like I was never, as much as my parents focused on education, I never felt like I was the smartest dude in the room.
No.
But I always felt like I was smart enough and I will outwork anyone.
Yeah.
And I think it was because I was constantly on the inside, like looking to like chase that good job from my dad, but he would never get, and it kept me hungry. I'm still hungry to this day, right? I can never feel like I'm satisfied. Like it's hard for me to get that like satisfied feeling.
You think that's because your dad is still around? You're still trying to, Dad, look.
Yeah. Part of it. I mean, but he's giving me my props for sure. But it's still in me, like, you know, like I still remember the look of, what do you think this elementary thing is a big thing? You think this, you're like, and it was like, I'm gonna prove to you. But it gave me like this fight, this desire to, and I see it amongst every Nigerian I know. Academically, we all came from the same household. Like, if you didn't read your book, like we would literally, like, I'm serious. Like, I think there's nothing abnormal about coming home and wanting to decompress and watch TV. And I would come home and I want to watch TV. But if my father knew we were watching TV, we would literally, like, because there were 7 of us. We would come home, we would watch like DuckTales. The Alvin and the Chickmunk, right?
We're the Chickmunks. CHIPMUNK.
We would watch Oprah because we taped it.
And like it was in Chicago.
It was, that's right. Yeah, and
I used to go on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
Did you really?
What? Over 10 times. I was okay. Oprah Winfrey.
Okay. Tell me. I still ain't met Oprah, so I'm still looking.
First of all, I brought Dion Cole to the Oprah Winfrey Show with me. I remember my friend Jocelyn. Shout out to Jocelyn Cruz, Filipino chick, who I'm her son is my godson, half Filipino, half black. Miles, who's awesome kid out here. They live out here now. And she called me. She's just
not Oprah.
Not Oprah. But she, my friend Jocelyn called me and said, "Hey, you want to go on the Oprah Winfrey Show?" This is when we were in Chicago. I said, "Oprah Winfrey, yeah, she's having a dance. Like she's having a dance party." I said, "A dance party? It's going to be Color Me Bad, Tony. That remember Ricardo Rico Suave. Suave. It's him, and it's CC Music Factory. Okay. Everybody dance now. So it's all of them. So it's a dance party with Oprah Winfrey. So I go with my friend, and Oprah Winfrey Show when it was like going against Donahue.
Yep.
And I go, and Oprah comes. I go, there's freaking Oprah.
What year was this?
This was 90, 91, something like that. I go, there's Oprah Winfrey. Like, yo, my mother loved her. Everybody loved Oprah. It was Oprah and Michael Jordan.
Yeah, right.
Okay, in Chicago. Right? Oprah Winfrey, man. And it's a dance party. So we're watching Tony and Rico Suave, and she's interviewing. We're all it's a dance party. And so at the end of that episode, I said, I'm going to go over there and dance with Oprah real quick.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
When the show was about to, I went right by Oprah and she started dancing with me, and everyone was like, "We saw you. You was dancing with Oprah." Yeah.
We have to find this clip.
And from there, I started to go on Oprah Winfrey Show because one of my buddies from college, Mark Maynard, who's out here, he works for HBO. Mark Maynard was working at Harpo, and he goes, "Hey, man," he would say, "Hey, you want to come to Oprah Winfrey Show for some like Dr. King celebration?" I go, "Yeah," because we went to college together. He knew I was military. I said, "Hell yeah, I want to go." So I went for that. Then he said, "Yo, we got Malcolm X, Spike Lee's coming on with Betty Shabazz. You want to come on?" I said, "Yeah." So Oprah took us to see Malcolm X 2 weeks before it came out on a special
1991.
Yeah, when we were on a bus, Oprah took us and she interviewed Attila Shabazz. We had Betty Shabazz. Oh yeah. He said, "You want to come on the show with Ralph Abernathy, talking about Dr. King and his affairs?" I was like, first of all, that's whack, but yeah, I want to come.
So I see we got like some people in the audience is hating on Nigerians, bro. It's getting really. Have you seen what people are saying?
Huh?
Brainwash people, Nigerians. Wow. The total rejection of Nigeria as a country is the beginning of earthly wisdom. Wow.
The pressure's overwhelming here in America.
What do Nigerians say about Nigerians that came to America and never returned? Send money. Wow. Nigeria is not a country, but a British Fulani / scam. Nigerians are cowards, reject their own names, but claim Nigerian colonial master plan. This y'all are wild. What is up with this? Nigeria is dead. Shout to hell Biafra. Wow. Y'all are wilding up in this chat. Okay, so anyways.
So I went to see Ralph. You know Ralph Abernathy, who's the guy that's right next to Martin?
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw him. Then I went, and then Oprah, and then I would, when Oprah was, she would go into the audience. Remember, she would
and start talking. Yeah,
that's before she just started doing interviews.
Yeah.
So that's what they do before the show is they bring up a subject.
I just get attacked. Something just attacked me, bro. That's crazy, y'all. Something just attacked me. I'm playing this and my whole computer goes down. Are you guys there? Hello? Hey, Cedric, are you there? That's crazy what just happened. So my computer just turned off. Like, I mean, it just after I said that, that's crazy. I'm not sure. Cedric, are you there? Okay, well, I'll just put you in the back because you're not saying it. So let me get back to what I was doing, because I really think this is a very informative live stream. And I'm not going to stop. Like, I don't know why. That's crazy. Anyways.
He interviewed Attila Shabazz. We have Betty Shabazz. Oh, yeah. He said, you want to come on the show with Ralph Abernathy? talking about Dr. King and his affairs. I was like, first of all, that's whack, but yeah, I want to come. So I went to see Ralph. You know Ralph Abernathy, who's the guy that's right next to Martin.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw him. Then I went, and then Oprah, and then I would, when Oprah was, she would go into the audience. Remember, she would
and start talking. Yeah,
that's before she just started doing interviews.
Yeah.
So this, what they do before the show is they bring up a subject. Her producer goes, "Okay, we're talking about racism and blah 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 blah," and whoever has the best answers, they'll like tape your chair.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is go forward because they're just talking about random shit. I'm trying to get to the part where they talk about FBA.
BS.
No,
I say, and I'd be like this, cock and bull. Sorry. I gotta look that up.
Don't be poke-nosing into other people's affairs. Why are you poke-nosing?
Poke-nosing?
Poke-nosing.
Let me fast forward to they talk about FBAs because I think that this whole thing was a great thing. If you ever get a chance, please go check this whole thing out. It's on 154 Africa. So
it's like yeah. When my mother was like on a double shift nursing, she like your mother is on double shift, so so she's going to be gone for 2 days. So I will not be cooking for you. So we'll go take you to McDonald's. I mean, that was like a treat. Like McDonald's, oh yeah, where's McDonald's? And my father would be like, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I'm welcome to McDonald's. May I help you?" Okay, thank you. What do you mean, thank you? Just get the food, man. My wife is on double shift.
You just go into the whole story.
I will never cook for these children. But you have meat and potatoes. That's a burger and fries there. And Fanta.
Fanta. No,
Fanta was right.
Fanta soda.
That's right. I remember the cheese, the American cheese. We would melt that cheese sandwich. My sister made the best grilled cheese sandwiches.
So
unbelievable.
Cheese is not a part of the Nigerian
Hell
dish.
no, it's not.
I didn't really have a lot cheese in the house.
There's no cheese in Nigerian food. No cheese. That's why we look dope. Because we ain't all clogged up.
Our parents definitely didn't understand the American culture. It's like they were so busy, like just trying to live the dream. But
yes.
The swag, the American swag that we were all into, I will never forget begging. You remember used jeans?
Yeah.
I wanted used jeans so badly. And I remember saying, okay, I'm going to work up the nerves to tell my dad that I want some used jeans. And he just,
oh,
you're like,
bro, everything that they're talking about, I went through. And I'm just a regular African American. Honey, I wanted used jeans too. It was too broke. Honey, I stole one pair of used jeans and wore them bitches every fucking day. And then I remember they were like, I don't know why Monica trying to like be a part of us. She's keep wearing them same used jeans every day.
Like this.
You want? I work so hard so you can ask me for used jeans. You want to use jeans with the holes because you remember they had the holes. Yes. The first time when they had the holes in the badge. I would go take $100 for. I would take scissors and just cut and
it's the same.
Yeah, right.
Like, I want my
I want
the Air Jordans. How much do they cost? Oh, they like $200. Oh, okay, $200. Would they let you play on the team?
Yes.
Okay, so you will not get $200 for what? Are you playing with the Bulls?
Right.
And she's like, when I was your age, we didn't have feet. And he walks off with feet. I go, he just walked off. I said, well, he's lying. He didn't have feet.
Yeah.
I had to 200 miles to school. I had to crawl. Version of a Nigerian accent.
Right.
There's nothing you can do. It's just not right. It's what it is. You're not even Nigerian. Why don't you? I go, yeah, I am. Yeah. You're mad because you're not an American citizen. I get it.
Right.
You're upset. But we're Nigerians. You can't. I'm sorry. Even when I was in Nigeria making videos, I was in the market. I was with my uncles. I was like, yo, we here, Nigeria. And it was like, yo, you're not Nigeria. I said, what is it gonna take? I'm right here eating fufu, right? I'm in Nigeria. It's like they get mad at that. I go, do you know how many Nigerians are in America?
Right.
You know how many Ethiopian Americans are around, Congolese Americans, but no one says anything about the British Nigerians. They don't complain about them, but they complain about the American Nigerians. Because they're closer to their colonizers. I guess it's more authentic.
That's right, because it wasn't that long ago. October 1st, 1960.
That's
we
right.
got our independence. Nigeria got their independence from the UK and from England.
Yeah.
And so maybe there's that more of an acceptance, but definitely when it's like the American accent coming out is like
it's
hypercritical.
Hypercritical. He's like, I'm Nigerian, I'm Yoruba, my buddy's Igbo. And I'm like, okay.
You can say Igbo, but I can't say Igbo.
I'm Igbo. My buddy's Yoruba. He's Igbo.
Yeah.
He's Edo. And I'm like, I'm American. What? I have the same. Both my parents. If both my parents are Nigerian, I come out Nigerian. And for some reason, like, okay, my Asian buddies.
I love that you said that. Go ahead, because I got something for that.
Okay. Make sure you don't lose the thought.
No, I won't. No, go.
Like my Asian buddies, no one ever questions them being Asian. You see somebody Asian, you're just Asian. I go, oh, you're Asian? Yeah, I'm Korean or I'm Chinese. But people always connect you to your continent.
Like, why
Asian.
Is
they just go,
that?
oh, the guy, the Asian guy? You go, yeah, my man. They always say Asian right away because there's a respect for it. There's a respect for Asians. Right. There's a respect for the.
But even at that, like even when you think about that, like you could take a person who's Japanese, born in America, and yet they're still identified as Japanese. When I say I'm Nigerian, man, shut up, man. You American? No, I'm actually Nigerian. Like both of my parents are from Nigeria.
My sister was born there,
right?
Except for me and my brother.
Anyone else, but if you're from the continent of Africa, and you were born in America, there's this you can't.
It's really weird.
And I push back hard. I'm going because I appreciate me being born here in America, but I also appreciate the fact that
where I have a culture.
I have a culture. Like I know where I come from. I was like, no, no, you ain't, man. You from Crenshaw. I lived in Crenshaw. I was born in Crenshaw. I'm Nigerian.
Who is saying that? Is that like other Nigerians saying that, or Americans saying that? I need to get context. I think I missed it, but okay, that's fine.
But I'm saying if I was Japanese, if I was any other culture,
Asian, Chinese, Japanese,
it doesn't matter where you are, right?
But
and you were born in America, they're gonna say that's how they're gonna identify you, right?
And even this happens. Like the white South Africans, they'll believe he's African before me. And they're just like they just kind of adopted it.
Right.
That's how gangster white people are. They go, I'm gonna be African today. They're Dutch and they're like, I'm African. Yeah. But Afrikaans, which is Dutch, because whenever you see those double vowels, that's Dutch.
Yeah.
And, I did a lot of Dutch comedy for I've done all of Holland. I did Lowlands Festival, Utrecht, Delft, Eindhoven. I did a lot of Dutch comedy.
I'm convinced that you work like some undercover. You're not actually a comedian. You're actually like some undercover spy.
I did. He knows.
You go
into Delft, Utrecht. I did all that.
You go into every language. You can imitate just about. I actually think you're a spy.
Nay.
That's pretty cool though, man.
That's like me saying. No, here's a perfect example. That's like me saying I'm Chinese. If I said I was Chinese, I was born in Beijing, and I had the accent. No, I'm Chinese. I born in Beijing. People be like, nah. Why is it? Because you're black. Right. They don't believe you can be that. It's that up. But I was born in China.
Right.
Why can't I be Chinese? If a white guy can be African, why can't I be Chinese?
Right.
But I've said I'm African, and you're not believing me. When someone says, "Man, you're so articulate," for what? You know how many white people have speech impediments that are newscasters? Tom Brokaw couldn't say his L for 50 years. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to Nightly News. Listen to Tom Brokaw. He was Nightly News. Like Ted Koppel, Peter Jen. He was like, welcome to Nightly News. I'm Tom Brokaw. He's gargling his mouth because it's just, you ain't. And we are. Yeah. And I'm like, but he can't pronounce his. But to say, oh, you're so articulate to be what? But they associate it. It's that mentality. Associating that is good. Man, all you do, watch some old reruns of Jerry Springer. You want to see white people not speak? Man, damn, I'm telling you this right now. I loved it hurt. And every time I deep they goddamn deep day and then I'm there's
so bushwhackers.
There's uneducated in every race, but we are the poster child for being, even though African American women have the highest degrees in America, even though Nigerians beat the shit out of people in academics, let's be 100. Nigerians have the highest degrees, science, mathematics.
They've been pushing on that since we were born.
And African Americans there's so many smart, what? You know, I mean, girls that I dated that were the fathers of prestigious black families in Chicago. Are you kidding me? Professors and all that. It's just they don't show. They it's propaganda. Black people aren't married. Are you out of your mind? You know how many black people I know that are married 30, 40 years? Easy. Like all my buddies, like maybe everyone goes through some divorces, but all my buddies, they're still married. They got my kids, but it's like, it's just, who's on welfare? White people are on welfare more in America. You know why white people are on welfare? You know how you're going to see it? Because Trump is screwing people right now. And you see all these white people complaining? Because they're on welfare.
So what are you talking about Biafra? Why are we talking about Biafra? They're talking about the difference between Nigerians in America and Nigerians and African Americans. So why are we talking about Biafra?
And there are more whites on welfare than there are black people, just numerically. But we are the poster child for welfare. When you think crackhead, what do you think? I think a black person. I don't think a white person.
You think about the 80s
right? Because even in comedy, we go, yeah, you know them crackhead ass cousin. Oh, crackhead ass. And it was just crackheads were and the propaganda made crackhead be. I know white dudes that smoke crack. They were like, dude, you know I'm a crackhead. I go, I've never smoked crack. I know white guys that don't know their daddies. I know my father. But it's just the stereotype and the propaganda, and if you throw stuff visually, you know how they say, what is it? A picture is worth more than 1,000 words. If you always show in that same photo, you're gonna go, oh, they're the ones that are on it. When it's not true. It's like I noticed this with HIV posters. It's always us on it. Asians have HIV. It's always us. We're the HIV people. It's oh shit. And it's purposely done.
I even correct my kids now. Like when my kids like, but Dad, they're starving people in Africa. They're starving people in Bangladesh. They're starving people in America. I said, I can take you right down over here to Skid Row here in Los Angeles. And I'm like, and you're gonna see the.
So are you saying that Igbos and Yorubas are not Nigerian? Only Biafra? What is that about? I don't even know what the politics of that is. I put the link in the chat. If you want to explain that to me, I don't know what you're talking about.
But it's always, I was like, so I always correct them if they try to use Africa.
They always use to say,
like, no.
yo, don't waste that. There's an African, there's somebody in Africa going, I don't need to eat this. Throw it out. There's Africans wasting food too.
Right.
What are you talking about? I'm like, I just know there's some. Burn it down. I hope it burns to hell. Yo, what are you talking about? We can't come in. What the fuck you mean?
That's just why I don't know the population.
2,000.
Based on what? So Igbos and Yoruba are not Nigerian based on what? Based on what information? Could you please source it up? Because I don't know. I don't even know where you're going with that. Civil war was going on there now. But does that mean that the Igbos are not Nigerian because of the Civil War going on?
2,000, that's like,
my high school could whoop that town's ass. My high school's 5,000. Come in and f them all up.
But does that mean they're not Nigerian?
Ronnie, I hope it burns. That's pathetic. I hate that. That's like, I just think that's whack. Stay in your area. And I have a joke like that. I go, yo, you told me to go back to Africa. I went. And
I went back.
You beat me. What are you doing here?
Right.
Why are you here?
That was a thing. Go back to Africa.
Why don't you go back to Africa?
Go back
they say
to
it
Africa.
now. Why don't you go back to Africa? I did. I bought a ticket last week. I went back, and you were there. Why were you? How you gonna go back to Africa and beat me there?
Right.
I'm just white people. White people are full of shit.
You know, it's
You're
like,
so
it's
hypocritical.
It's like the Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
Go back to Africa, right? Like you like,
I have land there.
They might say, oh, well, Africa's not maybe that good, right? Yeah, it's not that good.
It sucks.
It's not that good.
Go back to Africa.
Right.
Why don't you go back to Africa?
Yeah.
Like, I did. A few times. But I saw you there. And guess what? Yeah. You know, the huts that they make fun of in Africa, which are unbelievably made, the way they make those huts, those things can withstand heat. Now they have this town where white people are doing hut building, but they renamed it something else. They used to make fun of them. Now they doing it. It's like, we discovered this. I just
right. But it's the same. It's the same cats. You know, it's the same. They used to make fun of it. Why don't you go to your mud huts?
God, is that good? Does that look like a white guy?
No, it's not like that.
Why don't you go to your goddamn mud huts, you spear chuckers? That's what they used to say, spear chucker. I thought that was a good fucking. That was a pretty funny name though, spear chucker, because you chuck a spear.
What did they used to say? There was
Jungle bunny.
No,
I never thought bunnies were in the jungle though.
Welcome to the jungle, buddy. No, I don't think.
There was jungle bunny, spear chucker.
There was something else they used to say with the spears. I can't remember.
There was spear chucker. There was. I mean, I didn't want to learn about it. It just they called you it.
You got everything.
I was like, oh, there's a new one.
All right. African booty scratcher.
That was the black people that said that to me. Yeah, black African booty.
I don't even think that still exists anymore.
Your ass ever itch?
You said what?
My ass itch. I don't scratch it because I am not living up to the stereotype. I just take it. I just go.
Everybody scratch their booty, man. Like,
man, don't do it right now. We crying. It's like she's gone, and I had to go shoot. I was like, damn. Like, and I didn't, because I live away from them. My brother saw both my parents die in front of him. My brother saw it. I feel bad for my brother because he's in Chicago.
Yeah,
I'm away, so the distance helped me sort of not see that. You know what I mean? So when I remember my first time, my mother died of leukemia, and I remember the first time when she was like not feeling well, because my mother was strong, you know, vibrant, but. And I remember when she wasn't feeling well, and I was in the hospital, and we came to see her. I was like, let's go see what's up with her, you know? Yeah. And I remember she was like, she wanted me to help her pick food to eat. And I was like, pick food to eat? Because she was going to be there for a while. And she just started tearing up. I go, what is going on? Like, she said leukemia. It was blood cancer. And I was like, damn. Like, my mother, what? Cancer? We don't have cancer in our family. Yeah. Man. You know, and then now, but then they say I only have like 6 months, but she lived 8 years. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. And just to see my father going back and forth with my mother, like just trying to make sure she's good. And then long story short, I remember this is when I knew, because my father's voice is very strong. And your father's big, my father's short. And I remember my father, when I knew when my mother was going, his voice got weak. He never cried though. I never seen my dad cry ever. You don't see Nigerian fathers. It's rare. Yeah. But I remember when his voice got weak, I said, it's a wrap. And because my father would be like strong, go, oh yeah, her blood count, you know, her platelets are good. And then my father was
just holding it down.
He was like, oh, okay, well, I don't think, you know. So, my God. Yeah. 40-something years with my mom.
Together.
What? Yeah. Because my father was a teacher in Nigeria. She was a student of my dad. So my father was like 27. My mother was 18 in Nigeria. Yeah. So they were together for. Wow. And so I remember, and then she's gone. So I had to shoot these commercials. I didn't tell anybody because, you know, and then there's a thing. Oh no. Yeah. I didn't. It was just weird. It's more weird. People think, not everybody. Sometimes it's surreal. Like, damn, she gone. Like my mother doesn't die. The fuck?
The brain actually can't. It's like when you have that type
bereavement.
Of trauma. Yeah, you your can't brain even process it. Like,
so I was like, what? Damn. And I'm shooting this, doing it. My mother's dead. Like, what the? And I had to go back. The worst is when you got to fly back for a for your own mother's funeral. And I remember we were going through some, because my sister was pissing me off with her husband, who I can't stand that dude. He was a piece of shit. And there was a lot of shit going on with my sister. And it happens. They say it happens when death happens. Fights happen among family and stuff. And so Now we had to take care of my father. Then I had to come for the funeral, and it was weird because to see your mother just like, damn, like, yo, done. That was crazy. Like, I wish it was like the Jewish community where they just bury. You don't have to see nothing. You know, the Jewish culture tradition, they just, you don't have to see none of that. I wish, but you know, African culture, they want to celebrate 3 days and, you know, they want to do celebrations. And I was like, this is weird, man. Because you're like, my mother is dead. What the? It's just more like, what the is going on here? Like, my mother is dead, bro. And they have pictures of her everywhere. And then they're talking about her.
Yeah, all the stories. But in a way,
real quick. Yeah. And then I was lucky because I visited my mother. She had gotten a transfusion. And I was like, oh, let me surprise her. Surprise her. Because she doesn't know I was in town. And I surprised her with a visit. And I remember her head was bald. And I hugged her and we were hanging out. And then that's when she died. But I was glad I had at least snuck and saw her.
How many days before?
It was at least a month or something like that. But I saw her, man, on some like, let me go see my mother real quick. You know what I'm saying? I remember her head. I remember her in a white gown and her bald head. I was rubbing her head. Yeah, man. That was like. And then I just
and you're grateful that you had that. At least you had that moment. Because,
and the thing is, I never broke nothing. You know what broke me? I don't know. Did you cried on a scene?
I cried, but
when
I cried the day that actually I got the phone call. I said I'm driving. I was in San Diego.
Yeah.
I said I'm driving, and I literally was starting to have a panic attack because my brain couldn't process it, and I was right halfway between LA and San Diego.
Yeah.
And I pulled over and I just
bawled out.
I mean, it just hit me like
it happens.
I can't believe I'm making this drive. Like this can't be real. You know what I mean?
I took a class in bereavement, my psych class, and there's no way. You don't know how you're going to bereave. Some people are shocked. Some people are.
I had a brother who just was like,
you get that. Everybody's different. That's why it's because it's finality. You don't know how you're going to. It's like being a parent. You don't know how until you get the kids and their personalities, and you can adjust from there. So I remember, and this is how I started crying. And it came out. I wasn't like, it just came down.
Yeah.
It was when I was watching, what's that movie? Love
and Basketball? No.
Love what?
Not Love and Basketball.
Actually, with Bill Nye, that whole Love Actually. Bill Nye's in it. From remember what's the werewolf? No, Bill Nye, the other guy, the British one. There's Bill Nye, the British. Remember where's the werewolf, the lichens versus the.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you're right.
Bill Nye. So it was that movie where he plays this old rock star. It's a comedy and a rom-com. And so I'm watching it by myself, just watching it, nothing, thinking nothing.
Yeah.
And at the end of that movie, there's a mosaic of people seeing people at the airport hugging, and it turns into a heart. And so people are hugging their mothers and their fathers and I don't know if you've seen it, and there's a song playing. Out you. You know that song?
Yeah.
Everything came out because I was watching people hug their mothers and that movie. And I hadn't done nothing in months. Nothing happened. I would smell like the grass. My mother would sign us up for baseball.
Yeah.
My mother was in activities. Baseball. I was like baseball. My sister's piano. We were baseball. Like, yeah. And I would see baseball if it reminded me of my mother.
Yeah.
Like food and other other Women that look, she kind of reminded me of my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the head.
Yes.
I was like, she kind of walks like my mother. Like, damn. That.
Yeah.
And then nothing. And then bang. That movie. I'm watching the end of when it turns into a heart.
And you don't know when it's coming.
No, you don't.
You don't know when it's coming. It just hits you.
Anything hits you anytime, anywhere.
Years later, like
every once in a while.
Well, yeah.
Not crazy, but like you go, damn, my mother's gone. Like, damn.
Yeah.
And then I'll see pictures. I go, she was once like what? It's weird. Like she's like a picture. What the?
I had a weird moment.
Yeah.
Because I remember this thought went through my head because I was trying to process my mom's death.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget thinking, oh, well, my mom, she lived a good life. Yeah. She's 53 years old. And she lived, and at the time I'm 20 something years old, 22, 21 years old. And I'm trying to say, oh, she lived a good life. And here I am now, you know, at 45, I'm going, wait a second. My mom was young. I said 53 ain't that far from me. I was like, she was young. And it just, it blew my mind. But I had a moment like that with my mom, and it was crazy because, you know, our house growing up wasn't, it was no carpet, no, I mean, it was bad, you know, so we grew up a certain way. And, you know, I would be talking to my friends. Oh yeah, I grew up in Crenshaw, and I went to go to a USC Notre Dame game. And
football, basketball,
football.
Okay.
And my boys is like, yo, you said we can come see the house. But I was on the inside, I was really embarrassed. I didn't want anybody to see where I lived.
Right.
And he's like, come on. I was like, all right. And I'm thinking they're gonna make fun of me because I had an incident like that when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And I go upstairs and I go see my mom. So I go see my mom, and I'm show my friends the house and whatever. I go see her, and it was a couple of days later that she passed away. So that was the last time, and I was like, oh my god. And it had been months since I'd seen her because I'm doing college football. So I couldn't go back and forth. And if they didn't force me to go see her, I don't get that last moment with her. So it was like, hey mama, how you doing? Give her a hug. And then she looks up to me, and I remember she's sitting in the bedroom. She didn't come downstairs, and you know, and then we leave. And it was like 4 or 5 days later, before I played my last college game.
My now my father, he lived a little longer, like he lived like 10 more years. And it was when I would go see him in Chicago, I could see the emptiness. You could tell, man, like stuff was just kind of everywhere. He could see him missing my mother, like you could see it in his face. And he would say, yeah, your mother he would just bring up my mother all the time, tell the same story. Yeah, she used to, you know, when I pick your mother, it was like a recording. Because I said, man, and then when I would leave to go back to New York, you could see the emptiness. And like,
you know, my father said,
it was tough, man.
My father said something, and it stuck with me because, you know, all of us now are older. We're out the house. This is later, and no more mom to fight with. He goes, you don't recognize how loud silence is until everyone's gone. And that messed me up. I was going, how loud silence is. And it gave me another level of humanity, you know, for her, like here you are, you raised all these kids, you know, you think, you know, all your kids are going out, and then, you know what, and then here you are, you have to be by yourself, while everybody else is doing their thing.
Life, you just don't want that. And it's like when my mother passed, just to watch my father, like sitting there at the funeral, I had to be in and they told me, this is what Nigerians, all my uncle say, you can't cry. You had the man, it's called Mazi. Mazi means you step up as the man, as for your dad. So I was like, what? You can't? Oh, okay. So I had to be like, who? You know, that type of thing. My sister was very close to my mother, you know, mothers and sisters. She was close, and they were watching my sister. My father was just sitting there like, I was like, he don't cry. He just never, I was like, that's his girlfriend. Like, what? You know what I mean? And she gone. Like what? Like the whole, I couldn't stand this shit. I was like, when is this over, man? It was so, it's just, for anybody, the death thing is like, damn, oh, they're sick. Oh, they'll get better. There's like, no, it's over. And then when my father passed, I remember that was weird because my father was always healthy. My father barely sneezed, always healthy. I'm telling you, I don't think I heard my father sneeze ever. We were the only ones sneezing and farting and all kinds of stuff, right? And even when we fart, we think he farted, he'd be like, that wasn't me. And he didn't say farted. He would be like, who fouled?
Who fouled?
My father would say, who fouled? What does that smell? Who fouled? I say, I didn't foul.
My uncle would say flumphead. Who flumphead?
Flumphead?
Yeah, who flumphead? Come here, let me smell.
I farted.
Let me smell your butt. Who flumphead? That was always weird. He would go sniffing everybody's butt to see who flumphead.
So I remember my father calling me and he was on a oxygen tank. That was weird. I say, he's like, yeah, I want to talk to you about something. You know, giving me. I said, what? Because he was almost, it's so much pride. I said, what are you talking about? Like, he was just like on oxygen. He said, I'll be okay. I'm all right. It's everything's, I was like, and my brother's like, yeah, Dad's on a oxygen tank, man. It's like weird. Like, I think it was that I think people die from heartbreak. Yeah, that's what I think it was. Cause he was healthy. My father was healthy.
Yeah.
And I think it was heartbreak, man. It was done. He was done. Cause he talked to me on the oxygen thing. He said, I'll call you back. Gone. My brother saw it. I was like, damn.
That same day?
No, like 2 days later. My father's gone. My brother saw it. He was there. He saw my mother. He saw my father go. I was like, what the? So now my father's gone. Now I got to go to Chicago again. And what's weird is the funeral home was a home where I used to walk past when you're young. You would see it. Yeah. Oh, it was Bar Funeral Home. You just walk past funeral home. And my father was in that one that I used to walk by when I was a kid to the library. And now your father's in there. And that's when I was having fights with my sister and my sister and some other people because there's some that my father needed done. They didn't do it. There was a lot of going on. And so I went to see my father by myself because I was so pissed at my sister and her husband. I was angry as shit. And I said, I don't want to see nothing. I want to see him without you. I'll wait till you guys leave. That's, and so I came. My sister's alma mater is on the north side of Chicago, right by that funeral home, Loyola University.
Oh, yeah.
I had a show there a few hours before I had to go see my dad. I had to do a college show. I did a show, killed it. Good night. Went straight to the funeral to see my dad's body. Boy, that shit was crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I remember coming.
So that's twice that you've had to compartmentalize.
Yeah. So I was like, then there was this big old Irish dude, man. He was a funeral director. He was like he was like your height, big old dude. He was waiting for me in the alley. He said, "You're Godfrey, right?" I said, "Yeah." And I go in and I gotta go. And funeral homes, you gotta go in these rooms. Yeah. And it's not like immediate. You have to go, and I just see my dad wearing his traditional garb that he wore when he saw my mother die. So I'm sitting there like, damn, that's weird. You were just talking to him. Now I'm like touching, like, what the? Yeah, I don't wish that on anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the and then when I'm on stage, I would talk about my parents in the present tense. I was in denial.
Yeah.
Until one day, this lady came up to me in San Francisco. He was like a hippie lady. She goes, "Oh, I loved your set. It's so good. So your parents have passed, huh?" I said, "Well, how'd you know?" "Oh, because you talked about them in the past. You said you did a lot of past that." I said, "I asked when I finally was okay with it."
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know because I used to go. My father told me yesterday that I was in denial, acting like they were still alive.
Yeah.
And then when I was okay. It was like, yo, my father was this, my mother was. I didn't realize I was okay with my parents being gone.
Yeah.
And this lady caught it.
And it must have been years later.
It was like a good, about 2 years later, 3 years. She goes, your parents passed. I saw you because you talk about them in the past.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. And it's been a while. So that's why time helps, man.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Time
until that you get that moment where
you go,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I just found my dad's documents when he came to this country. And that's how I was able to realize, he came to this country in 74, August of 74.
Look at that.
I found his original passport.
Cool? Isn't that cool?
I got his old plumbing t-shirt. Cool? I have it all at the house right now.
Dope.
And I was just going through some stuff and I was like, I'm keeping all of this. I saw my mom's paperwork.
We got to show maybe some, I think like visual pictures of our stuff, like our family. Like, I have some of my father and his brother and my mother and him when they first married, their little immigrant photo. It's so dope. It's in black and white. Nebraska, Lagos, Nigeria, 1960s. It's dope as hell.
We got to find some stuff.
So find some things here and there. That'd be cool.
Did you ever dress up? I got to ask. Did you ever dress up in traditional Nigerian clothing for school?
No, for school, no.
My parents did that to me.
Man, got your ass. No, we wore regular.
I still have that picture somewhere. I need to find it.
I wore, regular sneakers as hell. What? A, B, C, D. Yo, sit down, Kunta Kinte. I'm like, what? No. When we did like parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everything. But we were so Americanized. You're like, man, it's hot. I don't want to do that.
They got me because the first. I mean, I'm glad it happened when I was younger.
I got some clothes. I can't wait to rock.
Oh yeah, right. Fire, right?
But I knew black dudes in the hood that would wear the traditional. They'd be like, "What's up, brother?
Yeah.
How you doing, man? I heard, you know the Yoruba tribe, the Yorubas, yeah, and the Igbos." It's Igbo, and even though the G says, you Igbo? Yeah, man. So I'm wearing that, man, to express my Africanness because you got those pro-black dudes,
right,
which I love.
Right.
He's like, and they were wearing the whole hat, boom, boom, boom. The Igbo, you know the Igbos? Are you Igbo? You Yoruba? Yeah, my boy is Yoruba. I loved it, though.
Hey, I was at San Diego State, and this professor hated me because it was like world, I don't know, history, whatever it was, the class it was. Yeah. And she kept saying, the Yorubas. And I was just like, all right, I'm irritated. I said, it's Yoruba.
Yeah, Yoruba.
And she goes, I've been teaching this class for 15 years. It's Yoruba. And I'm going, it's Yoruba, and I'm Yoruba. And she just looked at me like,
Dummy.
Get him out of my class.
Got him.
But she just like, the Yorubas. And it was just like, okay, I get it. You can mispronounce it once. And she kept doing it. And I was like, I'm sorry. I got to step in here. You're killing me.
Yoruba. Yoruba. The Igbos. That used to bug me like, yo, you the Igbo? Yeah, I know about the Igbos. Y'all strong, brother. Keep it up, dog.
Peace and a bottle of hair grease to you.
Abarigani. He says it Swahili. He said it differently. Abarigani, brother. That's not Igbo. Whatever. I have to go get this weed while you buzz. You want some fruit beer?
Yeah, sure.
No, relax.
Yeah, I'm just.
Jesus Christ, you're like, hey, because you could just take it from me. That's the thing. I'm like,
man, listen, this was a very great podcast. I like it's 57, 150, 154 or something like that. But this, all right, let me show you this real quick before I get off because I think that this is funny too. This is a good podcast. I think it's hilarious though. I love Godfrey as a comedian. Let's go.
Be friendly, and that's why the kid be like, "Suck it, mom. Suck it. You can suck it, mom. How about that? How about this, mom? Suck it." I told you about that. Stop it. You stop yelling. You shut up. You're
okay.
That's what Dad says. You're.
Hey,
they're in the Ralph's going. You're. If that was my
mom, I said shut up.
And maybe like
clean up in aisle 5. Clean up in aisle 5. A small Nigerian child has been beaten to death right by the cereal, by the honeycombs.
But you didn't even talk like that. Oh, what about this? Oh. My father would give us the lectures. We had to stand there and listen. And he'd just be talking. And how can you? And you had to sit there and listen. I remember one time I left. I thought he was done. I thought he was done talking. So he just sat there, paused. I said, "Oh, let me go." He said, and all I heard was footsteps. He said, "Come, where are you going?" When I tell you to leave, you leave. I was like, "Well, Dad, can I get a pimp? I didn't know."
Shut up your mouth.
Why are you talking? What? He made me stand there until he was done. Then you can leave. I didn't know. Yeah.
All right, Cedric. All right, somebody named Cedric was trying to come up. Let's go.
Yeah, it was like you just leave for what? Hey,
I would have been
incomplete sentences was one of my followers, man. And you do it. Hey,
that's where you messed up. When you can't get when they can't spell like commas and periods and semicolons.
He's like this. So you your mother. Hey, let me eat first. Whoa. What? I'd be like, we are in trouble. Oh, goddamn. Oh, Lord have mercy. He was, whoa.
What about the threat? What about the threat?
Okay.
I will send you back. I will send you back to Nigeria. I'll send you to Nigeria.
I will send you to. And we'd be like, I want to go there. Hell no, they ain't got no cable. Shit, we got all this good stuff.
Because when you haven't lived there, that was the threat.
So
like,
it was all the stereotype. I'll be chasing monkeys. I'll be riding on a giraffe shit. I don't want that. I want to drive a nice car. I want to ride my bike.
Oh, I'll do right, Dad. I'll do right. I'll do right.
Oh no, I will just take you, collect you.
I would collect you.
Collect you.
Dad, collect what? Collect coal?
I will gather your leg. I will do. You gonna disassemble me and collect me? I remember my friend Rick Osborne, blonde kid, and his mom owned a bookstore because we collected comic books. We were comic book heads, and we would go to his mom's bookstore. And I remember reading. I did it on one of my specials, and we're reading comic books, right? And he goes, Gail, and I'm like, who's Gail? My mom. I go, you know your mom's name? I'm like, you just called your mother by her first name. Imagine me calling my. Yo, he's like, you don't call your mother.
Your mom's name?
She's mommy.
Yeah, right.
That's her name.
Yeah.
I know her name, but I don't know her name. My father calls my mother's name.
Yeah.
I know I'm Godfrey Jr. and I don't call my dad's name. I don't even know his name. What you talking about? Godfrey Jr. I don't know what that means.
You know it's crazy.
I don't even know that. I learned my father was Godfrey later on. I was like, oh, I thought he was just daddy. Viola Davis, by the way, Viola Davis was my first roommate in New York City when she was at Juilliard.
Are you serious?
Yep, my first roommate for like 3-4 months. She was at Juilliard at the time. She was doing 7 guitars play. She showed me to my room. Yep.
So you done roomed with Viola Davis. You done hung out with Oprah Winfrey. Anything else you want to share?
And they all super famous.
Yeah.
And Viola Davis talks about that. When I watched her,
yes,
I met her 2.5 years ago. She was there's a YMCA thing in New York where they have a stage where they interview celebrities, and Viola was coming. I said, man, let me go over there and buy a ticket, see if she remembers me, right?
Yeah.
And so I saw her interview, and then I went backstage. She was like, what's up, roomie? Oh, we hung out. It was great. It was awesome. Yeah. So she was talking about, they call me the Black Meryl Streep. Well, then pay me like a Black Meryl Streep then.
Yep, I saw that.
Pay me like that. Viola Davis is complaining about payment. And who's better than her?
That's
you can't F with Viola Davis on no day. She's the coldest, and she's struggling with getting paid properly.
And you know what? I've said this before. I wish that there was a structure in Hollywood. This is a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
I wish that there was a structure in Hollywood that imitated like the NFL or the NBA, where there's transparency around what everyone else is making. But it's like everyone keeps their mouth shut about how much they're making. Yeah. And it's different because for me, like, coming from an NFL locker room, I'm comfortable talking about my salary. Yeah. But it's not common. I mean, it's just like you start getting around other production. Is you better keep your mouth shut or you'll mess up everything for yourself. And so everyone you could be working right next to the other person next to you, and that person's making 10 times more than you, and you would have no idea about that. And so it's like subjective, like, you're definitely worth 5 times more than, like, wait, hold on, how does that work? You know what I mean? Yeah. So there needs to be that type of transparency. Yeah. Something else that just hit me. We were talking about things that, like, for me, like stuff that my dad used to do that used to irritate the heck out of me. We would be taking showers.
Oh no.
And my dad would bang on the door. Bang! And my dad's a big dude, 6'3", 300 or something. Damn. And had that James Earl Jones. You said what?
I said what? You will go to the Waldorf Astoria and you will clean up and say to me that
we go.
CNN.
But he would bang on the door. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones, man. Like, he would bang on the door. Turn off the water. Turn off the water. And I'm just like,
your dad's a plumber. He knows. How you gonna tell you like they want that? You have the pressure. You don't have that.
I was like, come on, like, you just got to practice. I just want to just sit in the water for a little bit.
Why would he do that?
Because it costs money. So he would buy the 5-gallon bucket of detergent, and whenever we got done with the 5-gallon thing, we would have to fill up 5 gallons turn off the water. So you had to get your hot cold mix real good because you got one shot, and then put a bowl in there, and you have to use the 5 gallon and just, you scrub yourself up, and you just, and you had to portion. You had to portion, and I never understood it, and it irritated me. I'm talking about irritated me. Like if he wasn't home, oh good, Dad left for work.
Stingy with the water because he's a plumber, son.
No, it wasn't until my very first time going to Nigeria. It was 2006. I was with the San Diego Chargers at the time, and
were you there with Gates?
Yeah, Antonio Gates. Yeah. LaDainian Tomlinson. Yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson. LT. Yeah. And your boy and your man.
Phillip Rivers. Yeah, Phillip.
Like, man, I'm just trying, man. You're just trying to get the playoffs, man. That's what we're going to try and do.
Yep. Big country. Big country.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I went and I was like, wow, this is it. This is what at Butameta. We stayed at Echo Hotel on Victoria Island.
Okay.
And I remember we pulled up, and my dad is starting to tell these stories. He said, you see this palm tree, you see this apple tree right here? This tree wasn't supposed to be here. And this one grew up to be the biggest, and so on and so forth. And then I walked through the house, and this was a surprise. My grandma didn't know he was coming. She hadn't seen him in 32 years.
That's crazy.
And we walked through the door, and he goes, he starts calling for his mom. And I look right before he starts, I look to the left, and there's these 5 big buckets. I'm like, Dad, what is this doing? Again. I said, what is this in here? I mean, they're massive. I don't know, 20, 30 gallons.
Your shower is like, you're going to get in there?
That was the water supply.
Whoa.
And so my father told me, he says, yes. Oh yeah, this is the water. This is the water supply. And it was a whole thing of going to the well, going to get the water, coming back, bringing it, and filling it up so you didn't have to stay over trying to constantly get water. And it hit me in that moment.
Damn, yeah.
I'm going, that's why, like, these kids have running water, and they're just running water all the time. And so this is why he was emphatic about not running and wasting water. But that was that moment where I'm going, yeah, I get it. That's another 154 conversation in the books. We are bridging culture back to its roots.
From Africa to the world, we're telling stories our way.
So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share your voice in the comments.
Man, listen, I think this is a great podcast, guys. I'm glad to have shown it to you guys. Please support that channel. I think it's called 154. Please support them. I mean, there were some people in the audience saying something about the Biafra, but listen, I'm not here to get it. This is not a political thing, It's not about politics or religion. It's about, like, listen, people were telling them stories about their parents and growing up and this, that, the other. This is not that's why I didn't even summer jam you. I'm like, dude, I don't want to. I mean, I made a mistake and clicked on one, but I'm like, why do you want to make it about, like, separation? Oh, the Yorubas are not this and the Hausa are not that. That's stupid. Y'all need to cut that bullshit out. So anyways, I would like to thank everybody for checking out the channel today. I think that was a great show. I look, Godfrey is one of my favorite comedians. So, all right. So I'm going to thank everybody and say good night because I got to get up in the morning and take my kids to school. Shouts out to Godfrey and the other guy, I don't know what his name is, for doing that show. Please check them out on the 154 show. Peace.
Trying to get it right. Transition. Changing the way that I see life. Transition mind. I'm on a mission. Trying to get it right. I'm transitioning my life. Making a transition. Ooh, making a transition. Ooh, 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 ooh. Making a transition. Ooh, 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 ooh. mission. I'm trying to get it right. Changing the way that I see life. Transition in my life. On a mission.